you today?
Hi. I want to know if you could help me with something. I'm trying to get a carpet for 2 of my rooms. I called this afternoon. Now, I apologize. My accent is very strong, but the person hang up on me over there, Empire. Can you please help me, please, sir? Please?
Yes, sir. We do offer free in-home appointments where I can get a professional out to see
Yeah,
you,
no,
so they can show you some samples of carpet.
Yeah, no, I just got a couple questions, and that's it. And then you can send someone to my house, and I'm ready to pay cash for the 2 rooms. I just want to know before they come. I don't waste nobody's time. What's your name? What's your name?
Oh, my name is Jaime.
I'm sorry, what do you say?
My name is Jaime.
Hi, your name is Hyman?
Jaime.
Jaime. Okay.
Yes,
my
sir.
name is Filippo. I guess nice to meet you.
This is Cubs Radio.
Cubs Radio.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We're live with the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show, broadcasting from the world-famous Governor's Comedy Clubs in Levittown. Hey, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? The audio's working? Is it what? Is the audio working? Oh, okay. Just make sure our audio's... And how about our video? Is the video good? Is the video good? Yeah, just checking.
I don't know.
Because this is a revolution, people. We're going to take over the world. We're going to change the way things are done.
We're going to elevate this club.
We're going to elevate it. Morons. Good morning, Ken. Good morning, Danielle. Good morning, Greg. Good morning, Gina. Good morning, Felix. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Wow, those were some offensive accents on that opening. Oh, yes, the offensive accents. Yeah, we were talking about yesterday.
What offensive accents? What do you mean?
My accent is offensive to white people. Apparently, I'm mocking white people. I'm going to get kicked off the show. Andrew Pluganus is watching.
Oh my God!
I'm saying it the way I want to say it,
but that's not right.
Plagianus. Plagianus or Plagianos?
Now you're calling him an
We might have to find that out. Plagianus.
And plus, it's 12 o'clock. How come he's not here?
Plagianos.
He gave his workers off already.
That's right.
Andy's watching. Good morning, Andy.
Andy, is it O's or A's? Like Plagianos or Plagianus?
Plagianos.
I say it's like Greg Louganis.
It isn't.
Plagianus.
Plagianus.
All right, well, he's watching. Hi, Andy. We love you. We love you, Andy. We love you.
Love you.
Andy's like, I'm like, hey, Andy wrote a nice parody about being offended to the tune of "We Are the World."
Yeah, what happened with that?
So I had asked him. I said, "Why don't you record here?" He goes, "Well, we'll at least need a keyboardist." And I'm like, "Can't we just play the karaoke version?"
Right.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's why they pay you the big bucks." I'm like, "Yeah, just come on in. We'll record it."
Yeah, we want to get a bunch of comedians in here to do a "We Are the World" setting.
We are the world.
You all right over there?
Yeah, you know, like sometimes the wire gets caught under it, so, So I was just fixing, because it was doing that wobble thing. Still doing the wobble.
Wobble thing.
Sally doesn't know what she's doing. I'm not feeding you every day now.
She's trying to play it off.
Thanks so much for yesterday.
Well, you were out of your mind.
I was getting several texts that were like texts I haven't gotten in a while,
Oh, from your lover?
like divorce stuff.
From
And it was coming from like all different directions that I like made phone calls like later.
a
but I was
lawyer
like,
or from the
what
ex?
both.
Oh gosh.
So it was like a handful of things that I was like, nothing like ended up being bad, but you just get that like feeling in your stomach like, now what?
Now what?
Like you're always
Now
waiting
what?
for like the second
Another limb fell off.
shoe to drop, another limb went flying.
Right.
Yeah. So I was a little distracted.
Well,
But
distracted.
the egg sandwich made everything better.
See, I was right. Plagianos, like Greg Louganos.
Plagianos.
Plagianos.
God.
Plagianos.
Like Greg Louganos.
I was right. Good morning, Danielle
you
Asher.
weren't.
I said Plagianos.
No, you were not.
You said Plagianus.
I was the
She said
closest.
Plagianus. No, you weren't.
I was.
Yeah,
I
Sally
had-
was
I
the
had
closest.
choice.
Tony was way off.
You said, is it O's or O's? And I said O's.
No, Tony was way off. Sally was right.
You guys are fibbers.
Gina, do not get me started on the "we are going to elevate the station and comedy club" crap boiling over. Feels like, and the show how shallow people can be.
Feels like
Yes.
high school bullshit.
Yes,
What
I-
happened there? How'd you miss that?
I jinxed myself. I have to stick around to get work done on some electric.
Damn it!
Damn it! And we thought Andy was going to be a regular Friday guest.
Yeah, we were like
With
thinking
bits
about
and
what
everything.
things we could do
Did-
on Friday.
Isn't that against like his own rules? He's working on a Friday.
Well, if the electric needs to be upgraded or fixed or something, and the guy can only come at 2 o'clock.
No, come
then-
on Thursday. Thursday or Monday.
Yeah, let the place burn down over the weekend.
Ange Carlolo is watching.
Who?
Hello, Ange.
Ange.
Ange is a good friend of ours.
Oh, are they?
She is.
She is?
You-
I didn't know.
You know her.
I thought you said Angelo. Oh, Big Ange.
Big. It says Ange Carlolo. That's her Facebook name.
Okay. Sorry.
Big Ange.
No, she died, right? Big Ange?
Who is that?
Big Ange she was like on the Real Housewives of Staten Island or some shit. Or Mob Wives or something.
But
She was on something.
But you're nowhere
different
close.
person.
No, I'm nowhere close.
Yeah.
Is it just me? I keep losing the audio, says Danielle.
Motherfucker. Are you really Danielle?
Yeah, it's totally us. It's our studio. We messed it up. We only had 72 hours to set it up, so it was really bad. It might be you, Danielle, because it sounds pretty good
Yeah,
here.
it's fine here. We're not having any problem.
Look, well, hang on. Let me.
Worked on some electric.
There comes damn it.
Damn it. And we thought Andy was going to be a regular Friday guest.
Yeah, we were like
With
thinking
bits
about
and
what
everything.
things we could.
It seems.
Yeah, seems
Seems
fine.
fine,
But
yeah.
thanks for checking in, Danielle.
Unless if anybody else has issues, let us know. As always, you guys are very good with that.
yeah.
Yes.
And we did have some issues a couple of days ago. It's
Yes.
the lovely one you're with of names. Yeah, maybe if we were in the garage, things would sound better.
Yes.
With a stepladder.
So mean. So
I
mean.
know.
You know what? We're so petty.
No, we're not petty.
We're not petty. What are we?
No, I don't think it's petty at all because, if we're going to get bad-mouthed,
Right.
we didn't start anything.
We didn't start the fire.
That's right. We're accommodating
Yeah, I hate getting into
and
that,
we're
like,
accessible.
Right.
go back and forth, saying things about people. But then when you do it, it makes me really happy.
Oh, well.
And I'm
'Cause I don't mind.
yay. Like Eric's sticking up.
I know, but I don't mind saying things about people. That's
I
the
know.
problem. Like, I just don't care. Because they
Yeah.
can hate me, they can not hate me. It doesn't matter to me. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, Danielle says it went out twice for her. Did anybody else experience that?
Yeah, tell
or
us.
is it just on Danielle's end?
Now, how is Danielle still a top fan? That's what I want to know.
Why wouldn't she be?
She has been watching lately.
has.
She says she's been busy with work. Sorry, I haven't been watching.
When did
but
she
yet
say that?
she's still a top fan.
No, she said she only has a few minutes to watch a little bit.
No, since
No, I
she's
saw
been
her.
missing, work has been lately. Huh.
Oh, work has been in the way lately.
Yes.
She definitely watched. I'm going to say at least 2 other shows.
And
this
not
week.
that I'm complaining that Danielle's a top fan. I'm just wondering why other people lose it and gain it and lose it and gain it. That's all. I'm just trying to figure it out.
it's Jane it. It's
I
not
was just going to say it sounds like Gainus. Lose it and gain it.
lose it and Janus.
Gina wants to know, did you
Janos. Lose it and Janos.
Gina wants to know, did you see his second video last night? Move on and shut the F up. No, I didn't see it, but the original video is gone because it was so god-awful. You know what I mean? Yes. We're going to figure out in 72 hours what it took these people, a team of people, 3 months to get straight. But we'll figure it out because we're smart.
'Cause
Go
he's-
scratch your balls.
He's so smart.
Morning, guys.
Ken Pichel's audio and video have been fine. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank
So
you.
is Rob's. Yeah, so no, I didn't see the second video. I didn't watch it fully. I saw part of it. But I did comment on it a little snidely saying, I guess it's not as easy as you think, huh? You know, it is what it
Yeah.
is. God bless, Godspeed. Take care of yourself, but you get what you pay for, pal. And that's the end of that. So, but I did like the lighted mirrors by their faces. It looks like they were in a makeup chair.
I didn't see it,
Oh my
and the
God.
video's gone now. So
Yeah, the videos. They had like round lighted like makeup mirrors in their face. I'm like
What do you mean in their face?
to light them from behind.
Wow, like really using mirrors.
Yeah.
To, light
Yeah, it was.
something up.
I don't know if it was mirrors. It just looked like a mirror. You know what I mean? It was a round thing.
Wow.
Tell them you watch other shows. Andy says he hasn't had any. Joan, her mama, is watching every day.
Oh, that's nice. Thank
Oh,
you,
hello.
Danielle. Hi, Danielle's mom.
I like Danielle's mom.
Who picks top fans? Does the show?
That's why I'm
or
trying to figure it out. I
Facebook
don't,
does.
Facebook does. It's some kind of like algorithm, but sometimes people lose it and other people gain it, and then it went away for like
Yeah.
it went away
like-
for like a week,
Yeah.
and now it's back. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to figure out. See?
Oh, is Joan your mom?
Yeah.
Oh,
She said she recruited her mama.
right. So then I see Joan Krupe Escher. So I'm
Well, what
assuming
is
that's
Joan
her.
Krupe Escher? What would she normally watch during this time? Like Judge Judy or like our friend Mark White, who's almost here, by the way.
Yeah, they're playing in Jersey tonight.
Yeah, he's
tonight. Tomorrow?
yeah tonight.
driving. Yeah.
He's in Hell's Kitchen right now, or no, Chinatown.
Oh, is he?
He
Oh,
just
that's fun.
posted.
Oh, weren't you supposed to? Oh no, you were supposed to go to Little Italy today.
Yes.
What happened to that? Why
Well,
didn't you
Cindy
go?
wanted to go to the Italian festival
San Gennaro
today.
Yeah.
feast.
I don't know. I just felt like it's like such a and because we just went in and did Chinatown and Little Italy
Yeah.
a month ago. Like
Oh,
me,
no.
Cindy, and the two boys.
Wow.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Are you rested
I'm
up?
more of like a go into the city, not every day type.
Well, that would be once a month,
Right. That's not every day.
and probably just twice this year.
right.
I just kind of felt busy. Like tomorrow we start White Post. I have I've got 2 dogs, coming in today.
Okay, all right.
You're live with the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show. Who's this?
Hey, Tony. Hey, Sally. Hey, Eric. It's
Hi,
Gina.
Gina.
Hi, Vagina.
Gina, can Jimmy
goodness.
Coffin?
Hi. Gina can Jeremy Coffin. Listen, I'm
Head
not going to get in
spin!
the middle of all this bullshit,
Yes.
but grow the fuck up. You're a
Yeah.
52-year-old man.
Oh,
you
I
got
thought you were talking to
4
Sally.
weeks for free to learn what you wanted to learn, and then you moved on into your fucking garage, and all you have time to do is put up 25-minute rant videos about people who you had in your life for 3 frickin' weeks.
Oh, it was about us?
Oh, is it about us?
There was something very specific, and I'm fuming over it.
Oh, say it, say it,
Because
say
It
it.
has to be about me.
So childish.
Say it, say it, say
And
it.
I just can't understand why he needs to spend so much time slamming governors when you guys gave him, and I hope you don't mind me saying it, a month for free.
Yeah, we gave him a free trial.
And
he
when a
has
new show comes
nothing
in, you
to
spend quite a
complain
bit of
about.
time on it.
Like a crack dealer, we gave him a little, little taste. Little taste.
And then he walked out on his own.
Never,
Right.
Never
Everyone
told.
shook
Never
his
told us.
hand.
Never told us
Nope.
he was leaving.
Nope. Everybody said, good luck. That works for you. That works for you. And in the meantime, he's running around dropping everybody's name like it's all of everybody else's fault.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, he did.
And when you're going to fuck with my friends,
Come on, what did
You're
he
gonna
say?
piss
What did
me
he say
off.
specifically?
I'm not even going to say.
Come on, because I don't want to watch the whole video. Just tell
You
me.
can. He
You
took
know,
it
I'm
down.
not going to say. I am going to send you guys a little clip because I didn't watch it live. I watched it last night and I couldn't freaking believe it, so I rewound
Yeah.
it and I taped it. But I
Oh.
didn't want to send it to anybody because I didn't want you guys all to be pissed off.
Just send it to me.
Well, plus,
I'm
I mean,
gonna
I don't want
send
to
it.
hear it.
I'll
on
play
the,
it on the air.
I don't want to hear it on the air if it's like mean
No,
stuff
don't
about
play
me.
it on the air. Watch
Why?
it first.
Because it's going to be,
It was that bad.
Who is it about?
painful
Who's it
enough.
about?
It has to be me.
It's about Sally.
Ah,
Told ya.
nice.
Well, I worked with him for a whole month, you know.
Yes.
And the nerve.
Did you get
that
paid?
actually
No,
were the only
that's-
one who...
Fucking
You didn't get
asshole.
paid?
They didn't even pay you?
Just when I was like back there doing their actual show, but like.
Oh, well, that's what I mean.
But she had to chase them for it. They didn't. Most weeks they didn't bring it. And then the last week they were here, she went to them and said, "You guys owe me money." They're like, "For what?" But she
Yeah.
did get it. She got it. But yeah, they played
So,
games.
Wow.
I mean, I know, I know it's wrong for me to call in and say this, but it's just so childish and stupid. He
Right.
should have just left it as it wasn't working out. We left on, good terms and move forward. Move forward. You're a 52-year-old man. Get over yourself.
Yeah.
And by the way, you didn't nail it because the show never happened because all the shit you were saying that it was so easy and that you didn't see any reason to pay the smallest amount of money that no one even charged you for 4 weeks. You're going to now go out there and say you were paying for it?
And then spend all that money on new equipment to get it done.
No, he explained that.
Oh.
He went into he did bankruptcy in 2011, lost his house, lost his cars, lost everything. And it was like a
But wait a
sign
minute. I
from
thought he was
God,
going to
Eric.
revolutionize the business. I thought he was going to.
Wait, Eric, it was a sign from God. He got a credit card in the mail so he could now go right before he left, the day before, so he could go out and he could buy $750 worth of equipment to put in his garage.
$750. You might as well just set that $750 on fucking fire.
He said he said on the air that he was paying for this show.
No.
He said, when I'm paying somebody, I expect them to do what I tell them to do.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I could.
What is Sally, some kind of hooah?
I could do everything that he wanted me to do
And more.
and more. But what he wanted me to do that we're not going to do here is we're not going to stream the show from his Facebook. And
Right.
that's what he wanted to do
No.
because he wanted the numbers. And
No.
we're trying to build the radio show. And
Yes.
so he would
So for a guy who claims he wanted to-
pretend he was allowed to do that
Right.
from other people.
Right,
And then
yeah,
you'd come
typical.
to find out that it wasn't true.
So I'm going to go ahead
I
and.
saw it,
So I'm
Sal.
going to.
I was there, Sally, the first night.
Well,
They
everybody
wanted
wants to know who
add
we're
their
talking about.
sponsors
Should
on
we
the
mention
bottom.
it?
You jumped through hoops to make sure that happened with 5 minutes notice.
Right.
Right.
He showed up every week, 5 minutes before he
Half
had to
an
go
hour
on,
late,
with
and-
all sorts of instructions.
Right.
And
I made it happen every single time.
But wait a minute. Should we just mention who it is? Because.
All right, I'm hanging up. I'm going to send the
'Cause everybody's
video.
kinda
Go out
asking.
and watch it privately, but do not air it.
I don't know. I have mixed.
I'm just beside myself that you could be this age and acting the way you're acting.
Well, it appears this gentleman is a little self-destructive.
Yes.
You
Well,
think?
I have mixed feelings about it because we don't want him to talk on social media about this stuff.
Well, it's up to you guys because you guys are taking the
And
brunt
I'm
of
probably going to go to the owners and say, hey, he signed a contract saying he can't talk about it. So
Right.
I can't do that if we're talking about.
All
if we're
right,
naming
so then
names.
I'm
Oh, we're
sorry.
allowed to
I
talk
didn't
about it.
mean, but I'm just.
'Cause he's not a host
I'm
here.
just.
go ahead,
I'm
Gina.
just
Go ahead.
angry.
Is that true?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
like
Sally.
the
I
lawyer
agree
won't be
with
like,
you.
oh,
No.
that you guys did too?
Did you read the contract?
Yeah.
If you leave or are asked to leave, you're not to badmouth the club, the studio, anything. But we didn't leave, so we can do what we want.
George Gallo.
No, and I'm not bad mouthing anybody. I'm just restating
Right.
what he went on and ranted about for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not bad mouthing.
Yeah, I
I'm
haven't
just saying
seen it
grow
yet, but
up.
I could imagine what it is. And here's the thing: he's like, I'm not able to get all the people watching from this tiny little radio station. I want to go on my own, and I'm like, that's great. Like he would complain that I wouldn't answer him, and it's because for me, it's like.
How many times are you supposed to say the same thing over and over?
That's just it. Like for me, I'm not someone who if I've explained it more than once, it's kind of like your kids. Like I
Right.
just look at you blankly and I'm like asked and answered.
Right.
I've already explained this.
Correct.
If you're thinking about other things while I'm speaking,
Right.
I
This little radio station that got 85,000 views in the month of August.
yeah, and so he would be like, no one knows I'm here. I'm like, okay, and I would explain. I actually put in an email to help them share the show because they weren't hearing my voice.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd put it, in that way. And I was like, the shows that are successful, who are actually a lot less well known than George, they're doing
right.
fantastic because you share it off Govs Radio, you share it.
And it's the same
to
thing.
all these places.
It's the same exact thing.
And they would come
right.
in here, and I'd be like, "Do you need help sharing the show?" And they'd be like, "No, what? Of course we don't. We're tech geniuses." And then one of them would share, and then the other one would share to the next day, and they wouldn't share to any other places. Like Anthony Rodia comes in here, and he says to the people, "Hey, just so you know, it's going to take me a few minutes to share to all my places," and he has 6,000 people watching him while we're
Right.
live.
But
And
again,
so I said that.
conveniently
Hold on, Gina.
leave-
So I said
Go
that
ahead.
to them, and George said, "I don't want to hear about Rodia." I'm like, then really don't. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to do everything I can to help you,
Yeah, well,
other
that
than
just
you
goes-
take our numbers,
Right,
because
but
I'm
that
not going to let you take our numbers.
Right, but that just goes to show you his ignorance. So here's
Right.
Anthony Rodia, who's very internet savvy, social media savvy, and is a
Right.
smart guy. And you go, oh, that's the way he does it. Maybe I'll give it a try and
Right.
see how it works. And then
Right.
you move. If it doesn't work for him, then you move on. But we're getting a lot of people.
But if he's like, she wouldn't do what I want her to do. There's
Right.
I'm not going to let you do what will hurt us.
Oh, you calling him on air?
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Tony's a little protective.
You guys are better than to deal with this BS, says Andy.
Hello? George, Tony Walker.
Hey, Tony, how you doing?
I've had better days, George.
What happened?
You tell me, pal. You you went on the air last night, bad-mouthing Sally?
I didn't badmouth anybody.
You had some things to say in your show last night, George. I don't appreciate it. I've talked to a few people that you've gone around saying that Sally didn't know what she was doing in there. George, hear me out, George. Hear me out.
Okay, go ahead.
I know you did it. You're not going to deny it. I know you did it. We gave you our time here. We gave you 4 weeks for free. We did everything we possibly could for you. If you weren't happy with it, no problem, George. But we're not, we didn't deserve to be badmouthed. We didn't deserve it. We did the best we could for you. We gave you 4 weeks for free, and I think you discovered last night how hard it is to do these things. It's not so simple. So so please just knock it off. That's all I ask. You didn't even have the balls to tell us you weren't doing this anymore. You told Gina. You told Gina, who's an independent contractor for us. You didn't tell us, the people who run this station. And we have a personal connection, George. Our sons are friends. And again, we did the best we could for you. We put a lot of time in. We did everything we possibly could. There was no ill will. There was no issues. So it's up to you. You can keep bad-mouthing, and we can play a game. Or we can just leave it, and we can leave it alone, and we can leave it alone and be cordial when we see each other, George. And I wish you all the best with your show, whatever you need to do.
That's fine. Nobody's bad-mouthing.
Well, again, if you want to keep denying it, George, then I'll play the game. I know you did it, George. I know you did it.
You're gonna let me talk? Define bad-mouthing.
You went to more than one person claiming that Sally didn't know what she was doing in there.
That's not exactly what I said. Okay? And that's exactly not what I said. What we wanted to do is I wanted to share what I had, and then she shares back. And you know what? She really wasn't sharing. She was tight-lipped. She stared at me. There was no communication.
There was plenty of communication. I was there for it when I was there for it a couple of times when it was discussed that sharing will be done from Govs Radio, and you signed a contract agreeing to that.
Hold on a second. If you're establishing that this podcast format, what it was, which it wasn't. Nobody's bad-mouthing anybody. Was she completely capable? No, she was not capable. Was she an operator? Yes. Was the lines of communication open? Not really. We had some glances. The countdown wasn't happening. Nobody was bad-mouthing anybody. Somebody asked me what some of your experiences were, and there was a couple of experiences. And I'll tell them right to your face. I don't care. It's not knocking Sally. She's a fine person. You're a fine guy. When I want things done and I want communication done a certain way and I'm paying $75, that I had to cough up.
25.
Well,
You didn't pay $75, George. You paid $25.
Yeah, well, the other times, yeah, we had to pay $25, whatever it was, $37 a week, whatever it was. I don't remember. It's incidental. The other night we paid $75, and that was the first week.
Because you signed an agreement after 4 shows, you had to pay for the studio time.
And which is fine.
Okay.
And you know what? Look, I had no bad comments to say about you or Sally, to tell you the truth. Nothing. I said, you're fine people. You're good people. Was she competent behind there? No. Is it a conflict of interest? Yes, it is, because she's doing her own show, and maybe she doesn't want what we're doing to shine past hers.
George, you got to be kidding me, George.
Well, listen, I'm not saying that. I'm just talking. I mean, there's a conflict of interest. It is. Well, but is this an audience now? We can't have a one-on-one conversation, so we got to have a whole audience there for.
Well, like I said, you want to go around saying things. I'll play the game.
Nobody said. Here's the thing. Nobody said anything, and there could have been a lot more of a friendlier. The last time.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have been, but you didn't even reach out to me. You didn't say a word. You told Gina that you weren't doing your show here anymore. You never said a word to us. So yeah, it could have been a lot friendlier, George.
Well,
I would have loved that. I would have loved that.
If somebody had explained the hierarchy on how this whole thing went and explained things a little bit more clearly, I'd know how this went.
That's exactly what was done when Sally and I sat down with you before you ever did a show here. We sat down with you and Darren in the little room and explained exactly what the hierarchy here is and what goes on here. It was all explained to you.
For all I knew, you were hobbyists that were trying this thing out at Govs Radio. You tried it out, and that's what you're doing. Nobody steered me in the direction to monetize, to put up iTunes or Spotify. Nothing.
I told you we're working on that. I said to you flat out we're working on that. I told you flat out. I said I even said to you we're looking at. I even said to you I'm looking at Buzzsprout and I'm looking at Lisbon. I said that to you.
And how are we not monetizing if we have a sales department?
Well, 4 weeks wasn't fast enough, and the marketing person. Look, there was a lot of moving parts. Okay, too many moving parts to get things moving. It just wasn't happening. That's all. I don't know what the issue is.
And you came to me when explaining that. You came to me when saying, "Hey, it's been 4 weeks. What's happening?" When did you do that?
Why do I have to? Somebody should be walking in and updating the talent that's in there. You guys are facilitating it. Why do I got to go to you?
And that's exactly my point. I told you I'm working on it. I had no updates. I'm trying to figure it all out.
Okay, so there are no updates.
So you don't ask any questions. You just leave.
You have a liaison there, your partner. I didn't hear a word from her. And actually, when I had discovered how to do cuts on the board, and I asked her 3 times, I said, "Hey, Sally, how did I do that?" She goes, "Nothing." "Sally, how did I do that?" "Nothing." Then I looked at her, I go, "Sally, how did I do that?" She stared at me as if she didn't want to give any information. In one booth. Then my son, who's trained at the school, I don't have to tell you, he comes in, he wants to observe, and she blatantly and boldly just says, "Hey, get out of the room." And you know what? When I started off, we had this other show, Billo, another kid from the school. He was in there, and he's a trained kid. Now I'm thinking, well, why can't my son go in the room and also do that? He does the same exact thing. And
right.
Instead, I don't know if you're clenching the $25 a week, and you need that $25. But if he can't observe, and there, a few of the other shows, they were much more fostering and nurturing and involved in what we were doing. I hate to say, than you guys. And when I talk to somebody and I get a blank stare, that's a feeling I got. It's a feeling, and that's it. That's what happened. Nobody's bad mouthing Sally.
Right. It was explained. It was explained to you that we don't just bring other people in. No offense to your son, but it was explained that we don't just bring other people in. Billo was trained by us. He was brought in here. He was brought in here several times and was trained and he watched several times before he was given anything. But he was considered one of our engineers. That's why he was allowed to do his show.
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
It is fine. It is fine. And then you went to the owners and complained about your son not being allowed. You didn't come to us and say, "Hey, what's the deal? Why can't your son was?" And that's why your son was told he couldn't be in there when you insisted on throwing him in there, even though you knew that we didn't want him in there. And
I said,
and it was never.
Observe?
What's that?
Can he observe? I don't expect somebody to know how to do that thing in 1 week. I said, can he observe?
Right, but 4 weeks. 4 weeks you do, or you leave.
Or 4 weeks. I'm sorry. What was that?
Nothing. Go ahead. Go ahead, George.
So we just wanted to observe. I didn't complain to the owner. There's no complaints. I don't do complaints. I make a statement. I make an observation. I tried it out for 4 weeks, right? Tried it out for 4 weeks. There's no complaints. I don't complain. I either leave, and that's it. I have no comments. That's it. If there's a bullet list of shit that doesn't work, then I go, that doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work. It's a fact. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm not trying to insult anybody.
All right,
It is
but
what it is.
and you felt the need to go on your show last night to mention these things that weren't working for you, or to just say we weren't doing a good job for you. You felt the need to say that.
I didn't say anybody was doing not a good job. I felt I should go on my own and do it the way I want it done. Right. That's right.
So what exactly did you say last night then? Refresh my memory.
I don't remember because
Okay.
the audio didn't work on the actual. So, I mean, if you saw it on the
Neither did the
personal
video.
live, that's what you looked at.
Right.
I don't remember exactly what I said, but I probably said something to the effect that if you want to do something right, you do it yourself. I need communication. I need a director in the booth. I don't need somebody staring at me not doing a countdown when we start every show off.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
A countdown. And then, if you're doing it that long and you have a responsibility to the other shows, and another show comes in, and all of a sudden we're into their time, number one, we didn't even get a countdown to start the show. It was all hazy. Number two, now the other show's coming in, and they're pissed off at us. So I don't know what a director's supposed to do who's been there over a year, and another show that's been there for 3 years. I mean, you don't want me to dig deeper into this, do you?
Like I said, George, you do what you want, and I'll respond.
All right, well, I don't know what that means, but I'm just giving you the facts. So if you have me on your radio show right now doing this as entertainment, these are the facts.
Okay. All right.
So is that it?
I guess that's it.
So, okay, so what, did you just use me on a broadcast or something? Because I hear other people laughing in the room and whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, well, good. That's terrific.
Yep.
And I can walk away from this saying, hey, I just told you the truth. Nobody was slammed. Nobody was insulted. It was just the truth.
Sure. Okay. Good enough.
All right?
Thank
and
you.
And I didn't complain to anybody. It wasn't. There was no complaints. And, if you really look at it, there's a lot of grumblings beneath the surface. So it's not me. I'm not talking shit about you. I mean, there is dissatisfaction, and people know me a long time, and they want to talk to me. So they confide in me, and that's it. I'm not throwing anyone under the bus. I didn't throw Sally under the bus.
Well, you kind of
I
did.
like Sally. She's a fine gal. But when I have a conversation and I look at you 3 times, you don't say a word. I mean,
Well, you wanted communication, and you have all these things you're telling me now. I'm hearing them for the first time, and you're the one who wants communication. But again, you're quick to say it to other people, whether they asked you or not. You were still quick to let them know things that I'm hearing for the first time after the hierarchy was explained to you. So,
Well, the hierarchy was there, but I'll tell you right now, one person wasn't talking to the other person because, if there are independent deals or independent agreements going on based on somebody wants to do what they're capable of being, capable of doing, then surely and clearly, if there's 3 people in this triangle, then one of them's not talking to the other one, and the other one's not talking to the other one. I mean, it's a fact based on what was served to me.
Well, it's I don't know how you can say that when you're only here for 4 weeks, but
That logic is
Let me
confusing.
tell you something. I learn quick, and
learn quick.
I'm very good at reading the environment.
Yeah.
I hope you learn quick.
It is what it is. Hey, listen, you'll see what's going on here. I don't have to say anything. Look, I want everybody to do well. That's the bottom line.
absolutely.
But if I'm in the room, and I told you, if I'm in the room and you're a liaison, your representative, or whoever, Sally is for the, the controller or whatever, she's got many roles, wearing many hats there. But she's got to communicate to me. If you can't be there, she's got to communicate to me, hey, what's going on? What's the status? There was no interest in knowing how things are going, how you doing with this. There was no creative conversation, okay? And I felt the tone in the room that night. I'm not imagining things. I'm not. And, I don't want to dig deeper into it because as it goes on, it becomes more of, it is what it is.
That you want facts, George. I can give you facts. I was here at least 3 out of the 5 shows, and I saw you walk in at 7:25. So and then you got to be out of here because you either wanted to do a set in the room or because we had to get ready for the next show. So where are you getting this? No creative conversations. How do you do that?
No.
Oh, yeah.
There were 5 shows there.
Yeah.
We were in there early on every single show.
George, that's just flat out wrong, George. Sorry.
At least 7 o'clock, myself or Darren, and we traveled together.
That's just wrong.
Both in the building.
George, the meeting we set up with you before you even did a show, you guys were almost a half hour late. It's just wrong, George. It's wrong.
It's do as I say, not as I do.
You know what? You finally got something, perhaps, in the conversation, but it's kind of immaterial in the scope of really what's going on.
Right,
So,
now that it's wrong. Yeah. All right, George. All right.
No, I mean, hey, you could exploit like one wrong thing for being late, but I mean, at one point.
But I thought he wasn't late.
It was
I'm not going to do Tony. I'm not going to do tit for tat.
All right, fine. But all right, then all I'm asking, George, is I don't care whether it's people asking or you initiating. I'm asking you to just knock it off. I'm asking you nicely to just knock it off. You're not a bad guy. I enjoyed your show. I like Darren. I wish we had more time to figure out whatever the hell was going on. But you're doing what you're doing. I wish you the best with it. I'm just asking that you stop saying what you're saying. That's all.
Well, I'm not saying anything, and I'm not knocking anything off because I'm not doing anything. So if you want to have a constructive conversation about whatever you think I know, we could do that offline instead of making a show of it.
Like I said, if
So it's okay for him to make a show of it last night, but it's
right,
not okay
you
for
said
us.
stuff on your show, George. You said stuff to other people. So again, I'm following your lead, George.
The show was deleted.
Yeah, I know, but I know what you said. I know that you said stuff about us on your show. You didn't name us, but I know you said stuff about us. Again, I'm following your lead, George. I'm following your lead. I'm asking you to stop.
If you're talking about the Facebook Live on my like page, I may have mentioned something that describes why I had to move on.
Okay, and I'm asking you to stop because it looks bad on us. You want to play a game?
It's an episode and it's done. It's an episode and it's done.
Okay.
And if you want to address other matters, then you've got to address really what's going on with the station. It really has nothing to do with me. It doesn't.
Sure.
In fact, the way it always goes is that I see the writing on the wall. I don't got time to waste. I see the writing on the wall in something, okay? Has nothing to do with the personalities. I could have a drink with them. I could have a good time. We could have laughs. I would like them. But if I'm trying to do something and I don't hear from somebody for 2 weeks, this one's missing and there's a feeling, there's a tone in the room, I'm going to feel it. And I confirm it every time. That's it.
Right, a tone in the room. Right. Ask the other comedians about the tone of the room. All the comedians that love working with us, George. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
Look, we can get more specific in an eye-to-eye conversation if you want to have it. It's not entertainment. It's just a conversation. So, listen, I wish
Sure,
you well.
come on
If you
in.
wanna call
I'll
me
pay you
offline,
gas money.
you're
Come
more
on
than
in.
welcome.
I'll give you the
Okay.
gas money. Come on in.
Again, George, my answer's the same. Just stop what you're doing, and we'll stop too. It's very simple. If we can do that, I would love to do that. I really wouldn't want to sit here talking about this for almost half my show. I don't, so all I'm asking is you stop and we'll stop. That's it. And I wish you the best with whatever you're trying to do. It's very simple. Now you can be condescending like you are now, and we can keep playing this game, George. It's a very simple thing. We stop.
Hold on a second. I'm not being condescending. I chuckled, okay? Because, stop, it's a past episode. You want to be condescending, you're using me as an instrument for your show right now.
I'm following your lead, George. You went on the air to talk about us. You've been going behind my back saying stuff. So, we can play games.
Dude, I don't talk about you at all. I
Okay.
don't talk about your wife. I got no reason to.
All right, so fine. Moving forward, it doesn't happen anymore, George. You want me to word it that way? Moving forward.
It doesn't need to happen.
Exactly. Exactly.
It was a means to a beginning.
Right.
People wonder why. That's it, guy. That's it.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Gee, all right. Good enough.
Enjoy the show. I have no issues with you. I have no issues even promoting your show. I don't.
Right.
So have a great day. That's it, Tony. I don't know what to tell you, man.
All right.
All right?
Sounds good, George. Thanks.
Okay, we're good.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
I have so much to say.
Well, what are you saying? I'm chiming in, and I didn't even get mentioned. You should have chimed in.
I don't know. I just kind of felt.
You don't like to fight. That's the thing.
I don't like to fight because I just feel like I try to do the best I can, and then.
Thank you, Carlo. Carlo Russo, Lou Greco. Carlo and Lusso both want to beat up this guy. And so does. And Andy said we're better than this. We don't need to bother with him.
He was difficult. So, and here's why. Because I don't mind, like, people that give me things to, like, put on and, you know, whatever they need. But he is someone who, I caught him in a couple of lies. So
right.
right
Well,
away,
we caught him in a couple of lies right now. I
right
wasn't
away,
late.
my guard is up. Right away, my guard is up. Well, if you're like, oh, no, I wasn't late. And then you're like, oh, wait, I was late. That's not really a lie. But, like, I caught him in a couple of, like, blatant lies.
Right.
So then already my guard's up. And then... And so it really, I think a lot of it came down to how he just wanted to stream Facebook off his own phone to get his own
He didn't want to be part of the
people.
team.
And he would say that. He actually point blank, which is really a little offensive to me and the people that I know.
Right.
Like point blank, he would say, I don't want to be a part of any of this. I just want to do my show. I don't want to hear about like this show or that show. And it was really, sorry, I just want to do this. It was really kind of
put him on hold. I wanted to tell you that when you would do it. I know, but I'm just saying.
Hold calls for a minute. So he would say, so like for example, like the first time that I almost met him, like I met him, I saw him on the Dan Romano show.
Yes.
So he comes on the Dan Romano show, and all of a sudden I'm at rehearsal with you guys, and I see that he's going live off his phone, which is you cannot do.
Right. Well, yeah.
So the engineer that was working that night actually called me and is like, he goes, I let him do it because he told me that the owners of Governors told him he could do it.
Right. A lot of people use that excuse. Well, the owner said, and I know this one, and I know that one, and about beep, beep, beep.
So when I brought it to the attention of the owners, they looked at me like monkeys were flying out of my ears because in no way did they say that to him. Ears.
Ass. Might sounds funny when it's flying out of your ass.
Plaganos.
Plaganos.
So already, I'm like, so I called him. Me and Tony called him the next day to find out why he lied to my engineer. And he said point blank, yeah, sorry, I lied. I figured if I could do it, I would show you guys that look at all the views I'm getting.
Yeah.
Because what I want to do is I want to start a show here and I want to.
But for someone who claims
I want to send it through my Facebook and then I want you guys to share it off of mine. And so I just wanted to show you how it would be.
But if
he gets the numbers, we don't.
If you generate it and then push it onto his page, it's the same exact thing. Numbers will be numbers as long as it's pushed to your page.
Right.
Something he doesn't understand.
Plus, we want to build our station, so we want all of his people, anyone coming in, we want everyone to like the radio station so that we could build up more of it's like a grassroots thing. We're trying really hard. So, and he didn't want to be a part of any of that.
Right.
So he's like, well, I figured if I lied, I could,
Right. Well, from the few things you told me about this guy, like how, Gina called in and said how it was divine intervention, that he went bankrupt and he got a credit card for $750 to buy equipment. It sounds like this guy's made some terrible life choices. And I don't even know the guy. And I never met the guy.
And then chasing him down was and what was so funny to me was when he was talking to Tony, he's like, I would reach out to her and she wouldn't answer me. That was crazy.
Right.
Because it never happened. I get back to people all the time and it was the opposite. Like we were going to give him 4 free weeks. We needed him to sign a contract to come in and actually do the show.
Right.
And I sent him the contract. He wouldn't open it. I sent I sent Darren Dillon information because George wasn't opening it. Darren would actually say, okay, I got it. But then he wouldn't say, here it is back signed. So I was chasing these guys down for like a week to just...
Right.
To know whether we were having a show or not.
Yeah.
So when it came down to like the actual day, like I'm like, all right, well they're not getting back to me, so I actually sent another email saying, and the whole thing just felt like really disrespectful.
Right. But what I don't understand too is like, well, we never had any creative meetings. Well, it's not your show. What are you going to do? You're going to
if he wants to put something on for the show, I'm happy to do that.
But it's his show. He's the creative talent. He's the one that's supposed to be having creative meetings, not with you.
Right. I know.
You're the engineer, and he's calling you the director now. Well, listen, if he wants to pay you as such a director or producer or all this other stuff,
be a lot more than that.
Right, there's going to be a lot more than $25.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So listen, he's the creative guy. You have your creative meetings. And how are you supposed to have a creative meeting if you show up 5 minutes before a show?
And that's just it. So I didn't, after like 2 days before the last show, I said, just so you know, where we can't move forward because you still haven't signed a contract.
Right.
So hope you do. And so I didn't hear from him. So it was the day of the show, and finally Darren said, "Hey, I want to put this video on for the show tonight." I'm like, Darren, I haven't heard from you. I sent it to both you and George, and I haven't heard anything back.
Right.
It was actually due 24 hours ago.
Right.
So his only response to me wasn't like, oh, I'm sorry. I know we've been going back and forth. Like, none of that. All he said was, and it was really a little on the rude side. It said, not to be rude, but it was like short.
Sure,
It said, I will have the contract in hand when we get there, and now tell me how I can put this thing on. I'm like, all right. So I said, send me whatever you have, and then I'll put it on when we get there. So I got there. I actually got there 15 minutes earlier than I normally do to set things up, just in case they had other stuff, because they do like to do different things, and I'm fine with that. They showed up at quarter after.
Right.
And then 5 minutes before the show, I was like, Darren's like, "Are you ready?" I go, Darren.
Just look it up. Riverhead Free Library. Riverhead Free Library. I don't have it off the top of my head, no.
So I said, it was like 5 minutes before the end of the show, and they're like looking at me like ready to go. I'm like, Darren, I still don't have a contract yet.
Yeah.
So then they come in here and they're like grumbling and they're signing it and then they're handing it back to me. I'm like, this is like so stressful.
Right. No, I hear you. Listen, it is what it is. It's over now. They're gone. And, just from the brief, that's the first time I've ever spoken to the guy. That's the first time I've ever spoken to the guy. So, it seems to me it's a little bit of, self-destructive issue and, not exactly the wisest of life choices. Anyway, we do have a guest. Come over this way, Larry. Come over this way. We do have our guest. Our guest is finally here. His name is Larry Izzo. How are you, Larry? Nice to meet you. I'm Eric.
Pleasure, Eric.
And this is Sally.
Hi, Larry.
Sally, pleasure.
You
Great
gotta,
meeting
you
you.
gotta
Thanks
pull
for
your
coming in.
microphone close to you. You gotta put your head, not that one, that one right there on the stand. And then you're going to put your headphones on so you can hear any of the callers that call in, because we're going to start answering them now.
Sorry. I just, a lot of things were said about me that, one thing about me, seriously, I do not lie. I just don't. I just feel and I'll apologize.
She do not?
You know what I
do not lie.
You know what I hear about when somebody says I don't lie?
You think
They lie.
They lie.
I really
a
don't.
big liar.
I really don't. I just... and like I said, if I wasn't answering him, it's because I already answered him 1,000 times. The answer was no. I'm
Right.
No, you can't.
Right,
No, you
right,
can't.
right,
He'd be like,
right.
okay, so I want to stream from
Yeah, he wanted to stomp his feet and do it
can't.
his way,
You're not gonna
and
do
you
that.
weren't doing it that way. You weren't forgiving of the rules that apply to everybody, and he was just stomping his feet, and off he went.
And
Which is
bringing
fine.
his son in, there was no it was disrespectful. They came in 15 minutes before the show started with their son. And in 5 seconds, he was behind me looking at wires and computers and in my space back there. And I was like,
Right.
Who does that? Who goes to another radio show and they bring
He was just he was
someone
gathering information.
and they tell him to go touch things.
Yeah, he was gathering information to try to do it on his own,
Right.
which he is doing it, and it's fine. But he figured out how hard it is.
As
the show was a
most
complete
people who
disaster
engineer,
last
they
night.
come, they meet with us.
Right.
We talk with them. We actually have them,
Look
work
what Larry
in
walked in the
here.
middle of.
Sorry, Larry.
It's okay.
And Tony will be here in a second, and then we'll start. We'll have someone working here with us for weeks before I give you to another show. Because the reality is, if someone comes in as an engineer, and everyone can learn in a half an hour if you understand any of this stuff,
Right.
how to do it. But it takes a really long time to know what to do when things don't go right. And
Right.
those are the phone calls that I get.
Right.
So, and me and Mike O'Toole were saying the other day how amazing it is that we don't have to worry about someone coming in and engineering who doesn't know what they're doing, and the next day the show with an engineer who's been here for a long time is all screwed up.
Well, because he was trying to avoid paying the $25
That's
engineer fee.
exactly what he was
That's
doing,
what
and
it
it's
was, right.
totally fine. It's just
Right.
even if it wasn't that, there's 5 engineers that work here who are completely trained who would get a shift before
A new
someone
person, right.
that a host brings in.
Right.
It's just inappropriate.
Well, he didn't want to pay the $25.
Right. And so
listen, if you have to have a divine intervention by a credit card after you went into bankruptcy to buy new equipment, it's obvious he couldn't afford the money.
and here's how rude he is.
Right?
The son is
Right,
here.
Larry?
and
Absolutely.
I didn't say, "Hey kid, get out of the room."
Right.
I just said
Excuse
I
me.
said the kid's name. because I introduced myself. He's actually, Tony's son's friend. So I was like, hi, nice to meet you. And then when the show started, I said, oh, do you see that chair right over there in the corner? Really nice, comfortable chair. So I said, you see that chair over there? Can you just go sit there? He's like, oh, okay. So we sat down, and then I saw George 5 minutes in, point at him and yell at him to get into the room. Like, who does that?
Right.
It's so rude.
Yeah.
So we came around the corner again, and I said, you know what? I'm really sorry. I can't have you in here, but you're welcome to sit there. Like, how is that bad?
Right. I don't know. You should have told it to him when he was on the phone.
I know. I hate that stuff, though.
Anyway, Mr. Izzo.
Yes.
How are you? Welcome.
I'm great. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing this Friday?
What am I?
What are you doing?
I'm here.
You here doing what?
I'm here doing a podcast.
This is Sally. Yeah, so
Hi.
Sally had a bit
Hi,
of an
Sally.
issue with her old...
I had a little issue.
Yeah, so she's aggravated.
And
She's-
I don't get aggravated easily. So when I get
and she doesn't lie.
aggravated,
And
I'm
she
like,
doesn't unless she's
and I
pathological.
don't. You find me to be a liar. I'm not a
I
liar.
don't listen to you
Ever.
so I don't know if you lie or not.
Whether I've lied
Like,
or
what
not.
did she just say? I have no idea.
Who is she?
What is she talking about again? So, Larry, you were recommended to us to come on in.
Yes.
Larry is a comedian.
Yes.
How long have you been comedianing?
Oh, about 3.5 years, almost
that a word?
4 now.
Wow. And what made you get into it?
I was in the exterminating business for 38 years and
Uh-huh.
was bored. I retired, so I said, hell, everybody else is working. Half your friends are working, so you say, I'm going to do something else. So I went
Right.
to comedy school.
Okay, which one?
Manhattan School of Comedy. Andy Ingalls
Oh,
School.
look, you went all the way into the city.
I went all the way into the city.
Okay, you know there's comedy schools right here on Long
I
Island.
didn't know that at the time. I just
Seriously?
someone just picked out his school and says, "Do this because you've always been kind of hysterical,
Right.
You know." So I said, "Yeah."
Could have saved a lot of money.
and I could have saved a lot of money in train fare. Actually, it cost me more for the trains than it did for the
Right.
course.
Right,
And
right.
that's why I don't like going in the city, too.
Oh, stop it.
I don't. I feel like I get in there and I'm like $100 out of pocket just because I hopped on that train.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So you went into the city.
So I went into the city and took a comedy course, and then they said, "Oh, you got talent." And I says, "Okay, you need another $400." So I
Right,
took
right.
another class, and then I did some writing classes. I did a one-man show at the Pit, and it's been just history ever since.
Okay.
I mean, it's just I love
The
this.
People's Improv Theater,
Yes,
the Pit.
and the Pit.
Thanks.
And,
I didn't know what that was.
It's on
I'm
30.
sorry.
I
It
think
was like
it's
the
on,
orchestra
on
pit.
29th.
29th, yeah.
Yeah, I almost said 32nd, but no, 29th. Yeah, because no, you come in 30 seconds. Yeah, 29th. What 28th?
I'm not sure. 28th
Something like
or
that.
29th. It's
in the
around there.
20s.
Yeah, you'll find it.
It's not far from Madison Square.
Yeah, God.
You can walk.
You
Oh,
can? Okay.
Yes, so I did a one-man show there about my transition from exterminating and how I got into exterminating and how my family was. So it was called
Right.
From Brooklyn to Bugs, and it was quite a good show.
so you lived in Brooklyn?
I lived in Brooklyn when I was a kid. I lived in Bed-Stuy,
Bed-Stuy.
Bushwick. Moved to Queens. The American dream. Moved to Queens, Long Island. I didn't care about Long Island. All I wanted was the driveway. I couldn't take the
Yeah, the
alternate
the
side of the
parking.
street. Parking
It's
was
crazy.
killing
I
us.
know.
Rough.
It was terrible.
So you're an Islander now.
I am an Islander. I
And
live in Seaford. Yeah.
You live in so close.
Yeah, close.
And you went all the way into the city. You could have
Yes.
went right here to Governor's.
I know.
That's where I went. That's where I went
Did
to
you
comedy
really?
college. Yes, I didn't graduate though.
You failed?
Yeah, I got to retake the course. It's like you failed.
got
You're
left
out.
back. Whoa.
Yeah. No, I and then I did it for a couple like open mics, and I'm like, and I'm a person that talks to people and listens, and who's calling me now? Should we answer it? Maybe it's George Gallo. Hello, 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 hello. Okay.
So you were saying you?
Yeah, I went to a couple of open mics, and you know what? It just wasn't for me. I was like, I was just starting out in life, getting married, having a kid, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing this. You know, if I tell my wife I'm out every Friday and Saturday night for like $10, $15, yeah, that ain't going to fly.
It's a difficult thing
Yeah,
when you're younger.
yeah,
Me
yeah.
being retired, you have the time.
Right.
Your wife wants you out of the house. So
okay,
it's
fair
all
enough.
good.
Maybe I'll pick it back up when I get a
when
little
you're
older.
Like 60.
Yeah, he'll just pick it back. That's when you picked it up when you were 60?
Yeah.
So you're 64 now?
Yeah.
And you got that mustache rocking?
Yeah, I got the mustache.
So you like that? Everybody likes that?
Yeah.
All right.
It's been on me since I was 18. So
You're never getting
as
rid
soon
of
as I got out of basic training, I started growing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you were allowed to have one in the...
No.
Oh.
No, you're not in basic training.
Not basic, but in-
after
After that.
basic, then they let you draw a little Hitler mustache. They let you grow one. and it comes to it was so stupid looking that I couldn't even do it.
Right.
So then what I used to do was just put Band-Aids on my mouth, tell them I was cut. I was in reserves. You know, you had long hair, you put a wig on, and, you know.
Right.
And they used to tell you to trim your mustache, and you ignore them for a weekend, and then you're okay.
I used to work at this place, and it didn't affect me because obviously I don't have a mustache, but it was a restaurant, and when the boys, because we're all like 20-year-old, 30-year-old kids waitering, and when the boys would walk in and they didn't shave, the manager would have this like old Bic rusty razor that like seriously like.
So it's for the waiters and the Italian waitresses.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, exactly.
And he would make them go in and shave with that, like no shaving cream or anything, and they'd be like come out all bloody, and like they would only do it once.
Gangrene would set in after a while.
But they never came back without like blood like dripping, and it was like
see that kind of skeeves
it was
me
really
out.
Funny,
but that skeeves me out.
Yeah,
I'm like,
everyone
else
else's
somebody else's
everyone else's
That's kinda
skin
gross
on
to
it.
me.
It was completely disgusting, and so shave before you come to work.
To a guy, that's almost like using someone else's toothbrush. It's like
Is it?
Yeah, I don't like
guys
using,
don't do that. We don't.
That's the one thing that skeeves me out.
Really? Everything skeeves you out.
No. Like the one thing that like I won't use my kid's toothbrush or Danielle's.
Oh
like,
yeah, toothbrush. No,
you don't even let kids.
But a
drink out of your
razor,
glass.
is like a toothbrush. Like honestly, is it? I don't know.
A what?
To a
a
guy,
razor
it
is like a toothbrush.
To a guy, yeah.
I mean, to me, it is. Yeah. I mean, you know.
You know, if the guy's shaving his back or his,
Well, what about like the
God knows
electric
when
ones?
he's shaving.
Don't you guys share the electric ones in the house? Don't you just have like?
No, I don't share my razors.
No,
Okay.
No.
You know the ones like.
No, Matt's got his. I have mine. Nick will have his when he's ready.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't touch my shit.
That's my favorite statement.
Don't touch my shit. A trimmer, maybe. I'll let them use like a trimmer if they wanted to, like, you know.
That's different. Though.
Yeah, a trimmer's fine, but an actual shit, no. Gross.
Okay.
You're taking skin off your face, and blood can transfer. You know, you never.
Yeah,
know.
I actually didn't even think about it.
Yeah. See. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
You need an exterminator to come on.
I don't think you're wrong. I'm just interested in it. Like, it's like, yeah, right?
So would you have your own exterminating business?
I did for 30 years.
What was the name of it?
Champion Exterminators.
Ooh,
Out of
where's it now?
Someone bought it and changed the name.
What did they change it to?
I'm not telling you. No.
Yeah, right?
Advanced Exterminating.
All right.
He's out in Queens, Queens. And he took my name and left it, and then, which I didn't get because he had a double advertising share there.
Yeah.
You know, I had advertisements still out, and then he went on to build it bigger. So that's good.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good.
It makes you feel good. You gave him like a good
I gave him a good,
base, too.
solid start. Yes.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And he was probably just as big or a little smaller, and it made him twice as big. So.
Oh, so he was already in the
he
business.
He was already in the business.
And then bought your business. I got you.
Correct.
Nice.
Yeah, it was very nice. Nice transition to a gentleman that reminds me of me 30 years ago when I was in my prime.
So you were like, all right, this kid's good people.
Yeah.
I'll give it to him.
I'll give it to him.
I won't burn it down.
No, we're not giving it to him. We're selling it to him.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm selling it to him.
But you're happy for him anyway.
I'm making my millions.
Pleasure.
Spoke on the phone.
Yes, pleasure.
Yeah, that's Tony Walker.
Tony Walker.
Right there. Sitting down with his shirt. Wantor, by the way.
Yes.
Right next door.
Yeah, right next door. Larry's from Seaford.
Is that right? Yeah.
He was an exterminator, but he went all the way into the city to Comedy College instead of coming right here to Governors.
Am I going to get beat up all afternoon?
Because he
I
didn't know.
Well, it's just aggravating. That's a lot of wasted money, Larry.
I'm telling you, I went for a fortune. It cost me a $400 course.
He didn't know there were comedy. He didn't know that there were classes here.
Oh, they got the best here.
Yeah. Well,
So-
now I know.
You're from Seaford originally, or are you there now?
No, I'm from Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
I did the American Dream. I was telling Eric and Sally.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
From Brooklyn to Queens.
That's right. You did the Catholic school thing.
I did, yeah.
Yep. I did a little bit of research. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. And you took, how recent did you take the comedy?
Oh, 4 years ago. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. So you knew, that's when you started comedy, or?
That's when I started comedy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the
I'm
connection?
a late bloomer.
That's all right. So
What's in your folder?
My folder is just I started a podcast. Hopefully, it's launching today.
Okay.
Ooh.
And it's called the Thrill of the Kill podcast.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, all
Interview
right. There you go.
exterminators and comedians.
Okay.
And it's actually I got like 5 episodes In the can.
In the can.
And it's really coming out to be a funny, very funny podcast.
And it's audio and video, or just audio?
It's a video.
Oh,
I mean,
it's
I'm
video.
sorry, it's just audio.
Just audio. Okay.
Yes.
These short episodes with exterminators and comedians will bring you into the depths of comedy, insects, vermin, with host ex-exterminator comedian Larry Izzo.
Nice.
All right, and you're going to launch it today?
Yes.
Where are we launching, listening, seeing this?
iTunes and wherever else podcasts
Can be heard.
Yes.
And you're going to put it on your Facebook page and say, hey.
Absolutely.
Check it out. Now, how long is an episode?
We shortened them up. I made it like between 15 to 25 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
Somewhere like that. So we're putting up like 3 or 4 episodes at one time.
Right.
They're short.
Yes.
So, people can stop it, go back to it. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
listen
really
on the way
interesting.
to the train station
Right.
or something in the morning. Or
Exactly.
Because a lot of people now, I mean, it's amazing how podcasts are growing.
Podcasts are all over the place.
Right, and it's just amazing how they're all growing. And, it took us a long time here to really get it where we wanted to go. And we're still taking strides to make it even bigger and better.
Right.
We're trying to revolutionize the industry. So, but yeah, it's amazing
good,
because
yeah.
a lot of people, even my friends now, when I'm thinking, young people are into podcasts and they don't want to hear it. But even my friends, like, I barely listen to the radio anymore. I get in my car, I put on my phone, I put on podcasts and streams through the car, and I just listen to a podcast.
And that's exactly what I do now.
And it's amazing. It really is. I'm still stuck on the radio. I still like the radio. So I go in there and I hit the radio. Music just drowns things out. I don't even know what they're saying. I'm terrible at listening to music and lyrics. But
Well, being an exterminator, you're in the truck 20 hours a day.
Right.
And I used to listen to, all the talk radios. I mean, everybody from Howard Stern to a gentleman that I don't even think he's alive anymore called Bernard Meltzer. And
No.
he used to give everybody advice, the older people advice. And I used to laugh because I was a younger guy.
Right.
And he used to talk about people's kids, and, don't give them anything until you die. Don't let them take anything.
Right.
And it was just hysterical. This guy, I understand. I think he is dead. I think he died a pauper and didn't follow his own advice.
Oh,
So
God.
I don't know where that
his
went.
kids put him in a home.
They put him in a home and
Yeah.
took all his money.
So how did you meet? Well, Jackie recommended you to be on our show.
Jackie Martlin, yes. Thank you, Jackie.
How did you meet Jackie the Martling Joke Man?
I met
Martling?
Jackie.
Jackie the Martling Joke Man.
I don't think he liked that.
Well, tough.
He's going to kick your ass.
Yeah, let him come down and try. Go ahead.
I met Jackie on a podcast in Manhattan. It was Pat Dixon, comedian Pat Dixon's podcast, The Crime Report, New York City Crime Report. And we walked out of the studio together, and we just had a couple of laughs, and we've been friendly ever since.
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice
great
man.
guy. I have a cooking show
I was gonna
on
ask you about that.
YouTube. Thank you. Called Cooking with Comics, Laughs with Larry, Cooking with Comics. And I
Okay.
cook with all New York comedians.
Okay.
And some from Florida.
And when they come to your house,
Yeah, I shoot it in Seaford at my fiance's house.
do you have a house in Florida?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at
in
you!
Sarasota.
How much did he sell this?
Oh, that was the
exterminator
exterminating business.
Huh?
The comedy business is bringing me back to Brooklyn.
Look at this guy, Sarasota. Oh, so you have a fiance?
Yes, I do.
Were you ever married before?
Yes, I was.
Why are you doing it again?
Because we love each other. What can I
Good
do?
answer.
Okay, you can
Good
love each
answer,
other
Larry.
without getting tied.
Without getting inside.
Yeah,
you know
just-
what? You're married once. I think marriage is a great institution.
Yes.
And
Some people like to do it 2, 3,
some
4
people
times.
like to do it 4 or 5 times. I have friends, and God bless them.
God bless them is right.
God bless
Right.
them, everyone.
Good people.
And if they can afford it, God bless them even more.
That's right.
And if they can't, they do it anyway.
They do it. I can't believe it. They do it anyway. Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
We're going down a rabbit hole.
No, not at all. I'm not pointing anybody out at all. I don't know what you're talking about. So all right, so you met. Where'd you meet your beautiful fiance? I don't even know if she's beautiful, but I'm sure she is.
Come on.
Trust me, she
course
is
she is.
beautiful. You can ask
Yes.
Jackie.
Okay.
I met her. Well,
You stole it from Jackie or something? What's going on?
no. Jackie has met her. That's
Oh,
what it
okay.
is.
All right.
Yes, I met her. I was introduced to her, actually. I was on the board of directors for the Long Island Pest Control Association, and I sat on the board with this young lady, and when I got divorced, she said to me, I have a girl for you. And I said, I'm really not interested at this point. I just went through a lot of money, divorce.
Right,
I don't
right.
want to meet anybody. I'll find, and you're just walking around in a circle, really, for
Right.
a year at least.
Right.
So one night she called me up, and I had just done a tremendous rat job, so I looked dirty. And I was crawling under the bowels of New York City, right?
Right.
Killing rats.
Yes.
And she says, well, we're in this place if you want to stop for a drink. I said, I look like, hell.
I like who did it in Rand, as
Exactly,
they say, right?
So I walked in, and there was 4 people there, and within 20 minutes, it was just me and her talking, and it was like the other people weren't there. It's been us ever since. And that was 19 years ago.
19 years ago?
19 years ago.
And you're still just fiancéed?
Yeah, well, we just got engaged.
Oh, you just got engaged?
Yeah, 5 years
well,
ago.
wait not to rush it.
At this point in my life, what are you going to rush?
19
And you know what? It's amazing, but we're happier than any married couple I know.
So what? Don't why you jinxing it.
We're not jinxing it.
All right.
Just, but I believe that.
Where are you going to live, ultimately? Florida, New York? What's the deal?
No, I think we're going to live here, and hopefully we can be able to do the
snowbird thing.
Snowbird thing.
You like that?
I mean, it's not really a snowbird. I go down every 3 to 4 weeks. Anyway, so.
Wait, so you fly down every 3 to 4 weeks, get a house
Correct.
in Florida, house here, and you divorce. How much did you sell this exterminated business for?
Enough to cover the divorce.
Jeez, man. Jeez Louise.
No, I have to be honest.
You should be an exterminator.
Why?
Because look at all the money you made.
Oh, exterminating is a fantastic business.
Right.
I believe if they had more exterminators, there wouldn't be any mass shootings. Exterminating business? Are you kidding? You get to kill, release your frustration.
Oh, so you
get paid for it, never get arrested.
But did you feel bad when you killed the rat and it made like a little noise?
No, I never felt bad about rats.
Why?
Because they were so ugly, and it never really bothered me.
But did they make a?
But now a little mouse or
ugly things should be killed.
or a
is basically what you're
squirrel
saying.
that used to bother me. Yeah.
A squirrel?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. I mean, them things just like they don't want to.
What about coons?
Oh, raccoons, nightmares. But,
Yes.
We used to
Why
have
are they
to,
a nightmare?
Well, because they pick at your garbage, they get into your house, they eat
I thought
your
you meant
wires.
like taking them out. Like I thought.
Well,
that
taking
was
them out is a nightmare as
difficult.
well because now you have to kill them, So you have to kill them. Years ago, when I was first doing trapping, we used to kill them on site.
And they're like what? 35 pounds? I don't even know.
Oh, no, they're like 15,
Okay, all right.
sometimes 8 pounds, 10 pounds.
The fuck are you feeding your raccoons?
The giant raccoon
Got
that ate
really
New York.
fat raccoons.
Alex Rodriguez.
They're like the little bears.
35 pounds.
They're like
Well-
they eat well on Long Island.
When you're in a dark space with them and all you see is the eyes, it gets a little.
Yeah, they probably look like 100
unnerving.
pounds.
All right, so coons you used to kill on site, right?
Yeah, raccoons. We used to fill up garbage cans and just drown them in the trap. And I did it twice. I couldn't do it anymore, so I gave up that end of the business, the trapping, and gave it
Yeah.
to somebody that.
Okay.
just
That had to
wasn't-
be hard.
And then the customers would get upset. I thought this was humane. This is humane,
Right.
It's as humane as we get. Then they started coming out with euthanasia machines.
Oh, so what do you do with that?
They
Just
send them
a
to all the
needle or
youths.
something?
No, they
The
send them all
youths?
to the
They
youths
send
in
them
Asia.
all to the Asian youths.
You're right,
So
and
down
then
in Chinatown.
right,
we
and then they have
release them in
pets.
Chinatown.
And then when they get hungry, they eat the coon.
It's their meal. Yeah.
Right.
Right, there you go.
Years ago, a buddy of mine had an exterminating company, and he was out for the night with his wife. I think they were in the city somewhere. He calls me up, and he one of his clients was a candy shop in Valley Stream. I'll never forget this. He calls me up. He says,
Candy shop.
Yeah. Sorry, not a candy shop, but nuts and candy.
Nuts
and something
and
like that.
candies, yeah.
So he calls me up and says the trap was in the drop ceiling, above the drop ceiling, and they caught a squirrel and it's making noise. He said it's scaring the customers.
Right.
He said, I'm out with my wife. He said, can you go there? Just get the trap and take it out back. You don't have to do anything with the squirrel. You don't have to kill. You don't do anything. Just
Right.
take the trap itself. He'll still be in the cage. Take it outside. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? And he says, be sure to wear, heavy duty work gloves. I'm
Yeah,
like,
'cause,
all right. Yeah. So I go there. I'm in the middle of the store. I get the ladder. I go up. I undo the drop ceiling. This thing would have killed me if he got out.
What is it? Just crazy in that cage?
Crazy. I mean, because you mentioned the eyes. That's what made me think of it. His eyes, and he was, his teeth were coming through the wires.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap. So and he's, running around in it. So I was like having trouble carrying it down from the steps. I had 2 legs at the time, so I was able to balance. But still, I was like, holy crap. All I kept thinking was, I'm going to drop this. This thing's going to be free, and he's going to bite everybody. We're all going to die from rabies. I was so freaking scared. I was,
Because you're a puss.
well, yeah, that goes without saying.
Look at this man in
Absolutely. He's
crevices,
got the
dark
mustache.
corners. That's what I
yeah,
said.
we could
He's
kill
rocking
anything.
the mustache,
Yeah,
and he's eye to eye in the dark with a raccoon, and you're
And he's
scared
running in the
about
backyard.
a cage.
Absolutely, yeah.
Ew,
And I got him
I didn't want to be
outside.
friends with you anymore.
Did you? So you just left him in a cage in
disgusting.
the backyard and like left?
Yeah, well, that's what he told me to do. Bring
Yeah.
it to the back of the store.
Yeah.
You know, open up the
I
back
would've been
door.
the same way.
Well, absolutely. It was just like
I would have
it
been the
is.
same way. There's no fucking way I'm crawling in a dark space and
Oh,
fucking
man.
I'd be like, oh, get out of here.
It was, I was scared. And I was so relieved when I put that cage down. It was just like in his back here, just private area, nothing going on. And I just, it was crazy, man.
It's amazing how many people are asking exterminating questions.
Really?
How do you get rid of cave crickets? How do you get rid of millipedes? And Gina said she gave up on her raccoon issue. We just gave them the 2-car garage. They're gorgeous animals.
Do they pay rent?
So I guess not. So, yeah. Oh, Rob Shapiro. Stop bugging him about the exterminator business.
But
oh, gosh.
Oh man.
Rob.
How many times have you gotten bitten by something?
Thank God I've only gotten stung by wasps.
That's it?
Thank God I never took a bite. I had a gentleman on my
I'm
podcast
just thinking rats might bite. I don't know.
yesterday that was actually fighting with a squirrel one time, and that story is going to be very funny once it comes out.
What were they fighting about?
Well,
Was it over
he
a girl?
just wrecked somebody's house.
Oh, I
because
thought
the
it was
squirrel was in the
over
room,
peanuts.
and the people insist they insist that you harpoon them or get them out quick. And there's no easy process to this.
Right.
You have to trap them out.
And you trap them and you have to kill them, right? Because they'll just
Yes.
come back.
Well, years ago, before the late 70s, I would say I got into this at 76, 75.
I was 5.
So when I did that, that was right before Lincoln's death.
Right.
So we used to take them, and I used to actually transport them. We used to ship them like 3
To a
miles
farm
away.
upstate.
No, 3 miles away and let them out. So one day I knew my guys weren't doing the right job because the squirrels kept coming back.
Yeah.
And they're
And
usually
is
a family
3
of 4.
mile mark, is that like what it really takes?
Well, that was what I was
or-
told,
Right.
back in the day by some guy with a raccoon hat. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
that's exactly who told me that. Some
Right.
other trapper.
Sure.
And we used to take them 3 miles away and let them out. But my guys weren't doing that. I guess they got lazy and
would
let
let 'em
them out
out.
like a mile later. I still got squirrels. How can that possibly be?
Wow.
And I would go back and
Be the same guy.
And is that true? Is that like the squirrels?
yes,
They
they'll
do.
find their way
I
back.
actually
Really?
think
I
it's a
didn't know
lot
that.
Yeah.
further than 3 miles. So,
Oh, yeah?
but if you didn't have a problem before that, yeah.
I never
because-
had a problem at the 3 mile mark, but
All right.
But I didn't do it all that long because, like I said, things got with the EPA. Things got crazy with the trapping and stuff like
And
that.
you felt bad when you drowned the thing, didn't you?
Yeah, and then what would happen? You
Yeah.
have to have. I think that's a particular, unless you have a large workforce, that's a particular gig for one guy.
Right.
Because you have to go back within a certain amount of time, or the ASPCA will be on you if somebody reports a trap and that squirrel or raccoon being in there for a long period of time. Then that's cruelty to
Yeah,
animals.
because if
and
they're
then you
going to
can be
die, they're going to die,
prosecuted.
but they don't have to die
Really?
like
Oh,
from
my God,
starvation
yes.
or dehydration.
Yeah, so thank God they didn't see you, stick it in the garbage can full of water.
Well, that was okay at the time.
Right.
That was legal.
Yeah.
But,
Wow.
but still, I got flack from the customer because they thought it was inhumane.
Inhumane.
actually, yeah.
Wow. I would have took it to the beach,
Yeah, nice
just-
little last day.
threw it in the water.
Use it for bait.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah,
Get a lot of
could've done
crabs,
that, Yeah.
right? Could have got crabs that way.
got
Could have had a nice
crabs.
meal that night. Look at that. We got paid and free dinner. Crabs. Oh. So
It was a great industry.
So so you're doing the Thrill to Kill, and you're still doing the what was it? Comedians.
Spit it out.
Cooking with comedians.
Yes.
You're still doing that too.
I am still doing that. That's monthly.
You have some-
on YouTube.
Right.
Jackie Martling has been on like 2 or 3 times.
Right. Oh, what'd you
Pat
make 'em?
Dixon, Les McCurdy from McCurdy's Comedy Club. And
Sure.
What'd you make 'em?
Jackie cooked, actually. He
Jackie
made beef
cooked?
stroganoff and forgot the sour cream.
Oh,
What the?
bastard.
And then
Goddamn Jackie.
his girl Barbara made chicken one night. And then Jackie
like
and
chicken?
At
I,
his house or your house?
At his house. We
Oh.
cooked at Jackie's house. Yeah.
Wow.
And then we had a barbecue, and we made it was like a cook-off, a steak cook-off on the 4th of July.
Who won?
I did, actually.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
And then he took you up
Jackie
to the attic.
put a cow on the
I didn't get invited to that one.
put a slab of a cow on the grill.
Wow. So what was your secret to beat Jackie?
My secret was yari sesame teriyaki sauce.
Okay.
And you can buy it in a supermarket. I think
Yeah.
Yari Yari or something like that. It's
Nanu.
It's a great product. It's in a.
Do you marinate it long, or you just put it on?
All you have to do is throw it in a baggie. Use a flank steak though if you do it, because it's the best tasting when you do this.
Mm-hmm.
Put a flank steak in a large baggie. Put that yiri yiri. That's what it is. Yiri teriyaki sesame sauce, and you put it in a bag, half that bottle, and then you just shake it up. You put it on the grill. You use what's ever left in the bag to baste it.
Mm-hmm.
And once it's done, which doesn't take long, it's a flank steak. Just drizzle a little on top, and I guarantee you'll be the hit of the party.
You will win.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have an episode of Cooking with Comedians?
I can find it, sure.
How long are they?
Oh, they're like 30 minutes.
Oh,
yeah,
funny.
That's too long. Yeah.
Funny. All right, so we have to take a break for just a second. The Knock'em Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by Bella Vista Pizza. Bella Vista Pizza for the best pizza in the whole wide world. Check out Bella Vista Pizza, located at 154 Minetta Hill Road in Plainview. That's 154 Minetta Hill Road in Plainview. 516-433-4464. That's 516-433-4464. You know what I did the other day, by the way?
What? You bought a house
no.
or sold one for Gina.
No, my wife said, let's have pizza tonight called Bella Vista Pizza. I said, okay.
Ah, nice.
And what did I do?
You asked for
Guess
a
what I
free
did?
garlic knot.
No, I did not.
Oh.
I looked up the number on the internet.
Did you?
Yes.
Remember the time you did that
Like
with
a
me?
moron.
You're like, I need Gina's number. I'm like,
Like a moron.
seriously? And I thought he was just messing with me.
No.
And then he's like, no, I need Gina's number. I'm like, wait for
You
it.
didn't just
And
run
then
the
he's
ad
like,
through your head?
"Ah."
No, I was doing like 5 different things. You know how I am with the kids running around. I'm like, all right, I got to call Bella Vista Pizza. So I went down into the office. I literally, it was right before rehearsal. So you saw me running around. When Chris is bringing the dune buggy this, and I'm like,
Yes.
okay, Bella. And I looked it up online. I said, you got to be kidding me. So
You're
there
like,
you go.
wow, that number looks really
I did. As soon as I saw it, I go, oh, gosh. So Bella Vista Pizza, call them, bellavistapizza.com. Check them out. And also Gina Konjemi-Coffin, licensed real estate agent with Signature Premier Properties, 631-495-7696, 631-495-7696. List your house with Gina, and she'll work so hard for you and sell your house so fast it'll make your
Head spin.
Headspin.
What are you, The Exorcist?
Headspin.
And also Knock'em Dead Comedy, Knock'em Dead Comedy for the funniest murder mysteries in the whole wide world. Check out Knock'em Dead Comedy, knockemdeadcomedy.com /show dates for all our upcoming dates of information. Do you want to laugh, dance, and sing?
Yes.
When you go to a murder mystery?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Or do you just want to sit there and watch some guy come in with a binder and say, hey, there's been a murder in the parking lot, and I'm Detective so-and-so, and we've got to figure it out?
Nah, we got to have fun.
Right. You want to laugh, dance, and sing? You want to see
Absolutely.
the murder happen right in front of you, or you want to be told there was a murder in the parking lot?
I want to see it right in front of me.
You do. So if you do, you come see Knock'em Dead Comedy, knockemdeadcomedy.com /show dates for all our upcoming dates and information, of which Tony will give you the most important one right now.
October 25th at the Brokerage, ladies and gentlemen, Governor's Comedy Club in Belmore. The Brokerage. We are performing our 80s themed murder mystery show just in time for Halloween, so it's a fun costume contest. Dress up in your favorite 80s outfits, or wear any outfit you want, because we're going to have a costume contest. But also to tie in with Halloween, we're going to be having a murder. That's right, a murder is going to happen. So costume contest, a murder, some music and dancing, all sorts of fun right there. It's a big Halloween bash at the Brokerage in Belmore, one of the 3 Governor's Comedy Clubs on Long Island, the great Governor's Comedy Clubs on Long Island. Go to govs.com, govs.com, govs.com to get your tickets for that show, as well as all their other shows that are coming up this weekend. Anthony Rodia this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I believe you can still get your tickets for Sunday's show. Tonight and tomorrow are sold out. If you're there tomorrow night for the late show, come look for me and Sally and say hello.
Dari, not Dari.
Right. Sunday, I believe there's still tickets. Don't forget, also tonight, here in the Little Room at Governor's in Levittown, the General Hospital Soap Show with Wally Kurth and James Patrick Stewart. Nathan McIntosh is at the Brokerage in Belmore this weekend. Chad Zumak is at McGuire's out in Bohemia this weekend. So lots of great things happening at govs.com. And, of course, lots of great things happening with Knock'em Dead Comedy. We have a lot of shows coming up in September and October, so go to knockemdeadcomedy.com to see our full list of show dates, information on who we are, what we do, and, of course, booking information. All sorts of great stuff, knockemdeadcomedy.com. There you go. Thank you. All right. And there you are. There's Jackie right there. I like the aprons and the hats. That's cool.
Yes.
And they got a cast iron pot, and they got the oil burning, and they're making fried chicken. That's Barbara.
And that's
Right.
Barbara, yes, Barbara Klein. And
Oh, yams.
We made yams. There was
Oh,
so
wait,
much.
who's that? Get it out of the way. Who is that? Who is that back
That's
there?
Jackie's ex-wife, actually, Nancy.
That's right.
No,
she-
it's not.
Yeah, it is. They're
Honest to God,
That's funny.
They live
Oh,
right
don't they
down
live-
the road.
Yeah,
Yes.
just a few houses away, right?
She just came over for the show with her.
Oh, that's
husband.
cool.
It was a cool night.
That is nice that they get along. So
Oh my God, it was so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
It's nice when every divorced couple gets along.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and he was all right with you going to his house, huh?
Yeah.
Now, do you always go to their
No,
houses? or
not.
They
not-
come to you too.
Yeah, they come to me as well. Right.
Now, was this so? You've always been into cooking, or
No, I
Oh.
just picked it up from my mom. You know, she was a fantastic cook, and I just picked up recipes from her and enhanced them a little bit because she
Okay.
never put enough food in. You know,
right?
if it was a Frankfurt edition,
It
I
would-
made enough Frankfurters. You know, so.
Yeah, it would help to have food in there if you're going to.
Well,
cook.
they were from that era, you know, and my old
Being
man was
stupid.
out of work a lot, so
Yeah.
it was hamburger helper, you know. The
Not that
four.
there's anything wrong with that.
No, sir.
So, but what gave you the idea to do a cooking show?
I just had an idea one night, and I brought it to a friend of mine, Pat Dixon, and he's a comedian. And Pat says, "Why don't we do it? Do it at the Cumia Studios." So
Oh.
I did it at the Cumia Studios. So the first one, I believe it was with Pat. It was hysterical. There was no ovens. There was no. We sat at a desk like this, and then we dubbed in the kitchen. It was very
Nice.
cool.
All right.
The oven disappeared 3 times, but that was funny. You know?
That was fun.
And,
And what do you do? You have a whole crew with you and stuff? Because I see you have a few different camera angles and whatnot.
Well, no, it's just one man. We do it on a GoPro, and then he uses his cell phone camera,
Nice.
and then we
Editing
have
skills.
the editing.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
very good editor, Ryan Katsu Rivera, excellent guy. Works with a tremendous amount of guys and does a lot of their editing.
Wow.
And he's just got the eye. You know, some guys just got the eye.
Sure.
For funny stuff. And yeah, so we do it with that. What we like to do is make enough food. We have a little bit of an audience.
With you there, you mean?
With 8 to 12 people.
Oh, wow.
Jackie invites some people. I invite some people. And then when I do it at my fiance's house, and then we cook and we feed them.
Oh,
so
that's
it turns
cool.
out to be a nice night.
Right.
A very expensive night, but a nice night. And, you know, it's all fun. So,
Did Jackie just say that's my little sweet potato?
probably.
Oh, God, we have to tease him. Here's my little sweet potato.
She's a doll. They are.
And Nancy's still in the background.
And Nancy's there. She's
out of the way.
Nancy's helping us clean. But
She's helping.
Helping you clean.
Yeah.
She saw the cameras.
And then we sit down and we have a nice little
So she
meal.
thought
We
she'd
have-
let everyone see her neck. Yeah, that was her.
Right. We never see the face. Never see
Right.
the face.
Very cool.
But
Very
yeah,
cool.
I like it.
It's a lot of fun. It really is.
Yeah.
How many episodes you have of that?
22.
22.
How's the
22. We did a best of.
Well, look at
Episode
you.
20 was a best of.
Wow.
And who was on it? Who was your best guest?
Oh, 20 people.
All 20
Good answer. Good answer, Larry.
Wow.
All my favorite guests.
Wow. So, and this is just strictly YouTube.
That's
right?
strictly YouTube, yes.
Right.
Laughs with Larry, Cooking with Comedy.
Oh, did you see Barbara put her hands on Jackie's ex-wife?
Yeah.
Now we know why
Now we
Jackie
know
likes
what.
them around.
Right. A little bit of threesome there.
Yeah, Jackie. Very proud of him. So I hope when I'm 75, I'm doing, or what is he, 70?
71. That's
I
right.
hope I'm doing that at 71.
No, no.
What do you know? You'll be in the home.
That's right, 'cause you
You'll
are
be
older.
senile.
He'll be like feeding me applesauce.
No, that's perfect. She'll be senile. She won't know, so I can just make her do it.
That's my fiance up there.
Where?
What, sitting next to you there?
missed, yeah.
I missed
You
it.
missed. And then I did a little thing
Whoa.
on.
The exterminator. Look, he's got a
I
rap
did
on
a
him.
little thing on pest control there.
Oh, really?
Gave the people a little.
Oh, look at that. Larry Izzo talks extermination.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah, 'cause
People are interested in bugs and rodents, and I
Right.
got to tell you, this podcast, I have so many people requesting that. When is it coming out? And I love insects. I love bugs.
Really?
Unbelievable.
Well, if they love them, they're going to be pissed at you. You killed a lot of them.
Well, what can I tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that rat.
I never went to jail for it.
That rat next to him, that used to be the inflatable rat at the union protest, but
We
he
shrunk
came
it.
in and exterminated it,
Yeah.
so
Right.
now that's the size of it. Right?
Yeah, we
Good
shrunk
job.
it.
That's how good he is.
We shrunk it then.
Very cool.
Now he's not a threatening rat.
Very cool. A comedic murder. Yes, it's a comedic murder. Yes, it's not a real murder. Like, it's not what Larry does to the poor buggies. It's a
Right.
really comedic, funny style murder. So, all right. So you've been doing it. So where have you been performing, my friend? Where have you been performing?
Well, I have performed, at the brokerage,
Okay.
open mics and stuff like that. Their Friday night open mic. I performed at the Gotham. I performed at Caroline's.
Nice.
McCurdy's Comedy Club. New York Comedy Club.
Okay.
West Side Comedy Club.
West
Greenwich,
Side.
Greenwich Village Comedy Club.
A lot of comedy clubs in the city.
A lot of
huh?
comedy clubs. I'm waiting for a spot right now at the Greenwich Village.
And you're waiting to call. They're waiting.
No, waiting for them to call me for a spot.
Ah, look at that.
Yeah, I reached out to somebody. He said, "Sure, we'll put you on."
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Very nice.
I have met nothing but nice people in this business. I do have to say.
We talk about that a lot here.
Oh my God! I mean, I was in the
Yeah.
exterminating business. Nobody ever taught you anything. You would have to work, on your own basically, and that's after 2 years of that. I had enough of that. I was sent out with an array of unidentifiable pesticides, and then
Wow.
I got caught by inspectors, and they pulled me in and they says, "Is this your business?" I said, "No." And then they looked at my product that I had in an open carry case, powder that can blow anywhere. What do I know? I'm a kid, right? They
Right,
give me
right.
this stuff. Nobody's going to hurt me, right? So the inspector says, "Get in my car. I want to come back to the office with, bring it back to your boss's office." So I did. And it was DDT powder that was off the charts for like 10 years. So I turned around to my boss and said, "I'm done. I can't do this with you anymore." And he said, No, I promise. I stayed for like 6 months because they didn't want to leave the guy
Right.
in a lurch. And then I just started going to schools and, getting my own licenses, and that's how and then I pounded the streets, had $350, built it into a $1 million company.
Oh, nice. Look at you.
Nice, good for
Look
you.
at
Very
that.
nice.
It was,
Great story.
It was a wonderful. I got to tell you, I had a good life. From a guy that didn't go to college and didn't know where he wanted to go, and was on the fence, living in Brooklyn. You're either going to go with the guys that
Right.
or you're going to go the good way. Thank God I was fortunate
that are
enough.
boosting cars that they said back in the day.
Exactly. So
you didn't boost any cars, did you?
No,
Larry?
I didn't boost any.
Yeah.
I was in a
Well,
couple that were boosted and I didn't know it, but that's
Right.
another story.
But statute of limitations is over.
That's right, it's over,
you
it's
can
over.
you can admit it if you did.
No, I didn't boost any
All right,
cars.
good for you. I'm glad. He's my idol, says Felix. I don't know why, but
Well, we should do that. We should put the two of them together because we have a food show
yes.
here at the station. We have a food
every
show
Thursday,
So you
let's eat
really?
Long Island.
Yeah.
1:30 in the afternoon. Let's eat Long
And
Island.
he has a whole
Chef
bunch
Felix.
of different restaurants coming in.
That-
Yesterday he had American wontons and something else.
Who's the other one, Felix? Who was the other guest?
And the
Felix.
Purple Elephant he had on. He had a
Oh,
bunch of,
okay.
yeah, he had a bunch of. I mean, and he's been on for a while now. I thought he'd run out of restaurants.
We're not. There's a lot of restaurants.
Long
Oh, there is.
Island?
There's a
Oh
lot.
my God!
Oh,
You'll
okay.
never run out of restaurants.
But
Just go to Freeport and spend the month.
yeah,
That's
so
right,
he's
yeah.
he's had a lot of those people on, and you should come on as a guest. We'll
I
put you in
would.
touch with him.
I would love to do that. Yeah.
Felix
absolutely.
Restuccia.
Okay.
So you contact him, and you be a guest on his show. You be a guest taste tester.
That'll be terrific.
Yeah, they
I
don't.
like
They
that
don't
method.
cook. They just bring the food in and they talk about it. They promote their places.
They-
Fantastic.
But you
taste
have
it.
to ask Felix for a piece. He doesn't share.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good luck getting by Felix's plate. He'll take your finger off.
I worked with raccoons. I'm trained for that stuff.
Ah.
Never
may-
bitten.
You got any tools or chemicals left over? You may have to spray Felix to get him off the food.
I'll bring a rat trap.
That's it. Put a rat trap on his plate. His finger will go in it. I think he'd eat it. He'd be fine. He'll eat around the rat trap. He'll be like, "Oh, it's good. It's good. It's fine." I don't think that would stop him.
So you were already doing stand up when you met Jackie?
Yes, I
Right.
was already doing stand-up.
So does he help you, give you advice? Did he help you along the way at all?
Oh yeah, Jackie has helped me. I mean, he saw my one-man show and gives me ideas as to what to do and to how to make it better, write it, or even how to write. I mean, he's given me a lot of good information. You cannot. I mean, at my level, you cannot do this by yourself. I think at a lot of levels. I work with comedy writers.
Right.
I write the material, and that's important to me because I have a tremendous amount of stories. The older you are, the better it is.
Yeah, right.
So the stories are good, and then they just place them. Sometimes I don't know where to put them in a set, and they'll
Sure.
go, "Hey, just cut that word out and put them there." And then everything is about taking the fat out.
Right.
But I like I said, I have been blessed with a tremendous amount of people that have been willing to help, and and I as well return the favors. It's good.
So when you
Nice.
call a place like this, this place in the Village, you call them up and say, Larry Ezzo, friend of Jackie the Joke Man Marley.
No, I don't
looking
do
for
that.
a spot.
No, never do that.
Personal. No, he doesn't. He's his personal friend. You know.
He says, Jackie the Joke Man Marley sent me.
Right.
Yes.
And if you don't want rats running around your club, call me in. I'll do a set, and we'll send some in. That's all. That's how I get into these places.
They pull me
I
back.
throw a rat in. I come in as the ex-exterminator, and
Right, just put the stuff aside. Just,
and I'll do this for 6 minutes of stage time. I'll get that
Right.
rat out.
You imagine? He just puts the stuff down, walks out there on stage.
I gotta tell you a funny story though. One time I was at a club. Won't mention the club. I'm standing there and a roach walks over my foot, and it was perfect because I was doing a set.
While you were doing your set, the
on
roach-
pest control, and I
Oh
just
boy.
stepped on it,
you know.
right?
Yeah.
And just like flipped it out, kicked it off stage into the audience.
Oh.
It was hysterical, and they were just laughing like hell.
And somebody ate it.
And
Went right on
I
the
am the
nachos.
true ex-exterminator.
Yeah.
But see, now that term itself, ex-exterminator, sounds like you're just stuttering.
XX.
XX, yeah.
Exterminator.
I'm la la la.
Bonnie wants everyone to
I
know
retired
that
from the
Felix
business, so
does
I don't
share his
kill
food.
anyone.
What'd you say?
Bonnie wants everyone to know that Felix does share his food.
Yes, he did. We're just obviously.
Yeah, that's just my running joke with Felix.
Yeah,
he
we're
does.
just-
Yes, we're teasing.
We love
Unless
Felix.
you're his son engineering his show, then he doesn't
Yes.
give you
Yeah, he
His
doesn't
son gets
share with
no
Ryan.
food.
No,
Yeah.
he did. His birthday show. I think only his birthday show.
He got a
gave Ryan-
piece of his
no,
birthday
even
cake.
that, like Ryan had the thing on the side. He was gonna like take it when he left, and every time he turned around, it was gone. And finally, Ryan's like, "Where is it?" So, even
Wow.
on his birthday,
Even on his birthday, the poor kid has to search for crumbs.
poor sweet Ryan.
Does Felix do comedy as well, or is
No, he strictly just does the cooking show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a nice guy.
He's
Oh,
great.
he's a
Nice
funny
guy.
guy.
He
to
has
talk to,
comedy.
yeah.
He has comedians on his show sometimes. I think he
Yes.
had Justin McDonald on last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But not all the time. Usually it's just the restaurants, and they
Right.
talk about the food and the offerings and the this. You know,
Right,
It's a
right.
nice show, good informative show. Gets nice views.
He
great,
gets,
yeah.
he gets great guests, and
Yeah.
the food that they bring in looks delicious.
I know, especially sometimes when I'm really hungry and he brings it in. I'm like, oh, I gotta
You don't
go.
get to partake.
He,
No,
he has invited us.
He does, but
He
I
has,
feel.
but we
you know,
always have to like get out of here quick.
Yeah, I feel bad. I don't want to
yeah.
take. You know, I'm
and
already. I'm
run.
on my show for 2 hours, and I'm going to go on his show. You know what I mean? It's like,
You want to eat and run.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
so. All right, so you got into comedy. You've been doing it 4 years now. You're ex-exterminator, and he started a podcast called not the Thrill, just Thrill of the Kill.
The thrill of the kill.
Oh, it is the, but there's no
Thrill
the.
of the- Well, they left that out.
Okay. The Thrill of the Kill podcast, the show that talks about killing legally, right here. The Thrill of the Kill. So check that out.
That's on iTunes, you said?
That will be on iTunes, yes, and anywhere else that their podcast can be reached.
Horde.
And I think you mentioned already, but I already forgot. Where do you record them?
I record them. I travel. I have my own setup, so
Oh.
I travel and go to people's houses, or they come to my house, and we record it right there.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So I go anywhere.
And the same thing, and then you have I don't know, if the same guy that edits it, or
No. Actually,
Just
a friend of
record?
mine is editing it, and yeah, it's really working out well.
Nice.
He puts a sound in, a little music.
oh, there you
Nice.
go. Very nice.
Little romantic music.
Whatever.
Isn't
I leave it to
it
him. You know, he's pretty. A lot of these guys have the eye, they got the ear. So if I'll listen to it, but usually I like what they do. So
So,
it's all good.
yeah, you're easy to work with.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just go,
I go
sounds
with-
good to me.
Well, it has to be. I'm a little pain in the butt, though. If it's
Oh,
got to
yeah.
be a little.
Well, tell me, how little what?
Well, I mean, it has to be like almost perfect because I get a little.
Antsy?
I answer like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I am a perfectionist. I did it in
Okay.
pest control. I just don't know any other way.
I hear you.
Fair enough. Nothing wrong with that.
Right. You're professional. You want it done right.
Well,
I hear you.
when I left people's houses, their houses were cleaner than I went in. Usually.
That's hard to do
And-
sometimes.
Oh, so that's good. You wipe the counter. You do the dishes.
Yeah, well, we
Laundry.
clean up. I send the laundry. We do anything.
Make the beds.
Anything for a buck.
Right.
That's great.
So
We'll do women. No, what happened was let me just.
I do women
let me
too.
explain
Oh,
it.
hey.
Whoa.
That became
That's a whole different service.
That became a the conversations with females would be hysterical because they would call you up and the conversation was like, well, can you do me in the morning? Or, okay, yeah, I guess I can. You can do me anytime. I said, all right, yeah.
yeah. Take it easy there, lady.
And they leave messages like that on your machine, and the wife, that's a little hard to explain.
No, the
And that's
divorce.
why you got divorced.
Ah, no.
You son of a bitch, you're cheating on me again, you rat bastard. Right?
No.
No.
It was nothing like that.
Nothing like that.
No. It was
But
all-
your betrothed, now she heard the messages too?
Huh?
Your betrothed?
Oh yeah, she was with me when I was still in the business, so she heard all that crazy things.
Of course she did. She saw that,
Do you walk around like when you came in here today? Are you like automatically looking like, that looks like could be a rat trap? Right
I
there,
got I have to be honest with you. You do have an eye. I walk into somewhere and I can smell. There is a distinct odor with urine from rats and mice. I can pick that up in a heartbeat.
Oh wow!
I can pick up roaches if they're in the place and there's a big infestation because there's a unique odor that comes out of them.
Wow.
Oh no kidding! I didn't
And,
know that.
yeah, and it's like a sweet sour type of smell.
Wow.
And when you used to do restaurants, you go for the sweet and sour pork. I don't think so. No.
Wow.
but yeah, it was just. But
I'm not jealous. I have to say, I'm not.
no.
jealous
But what's
of that.
funny is that people don't realize what they're eating. People don't realize in supermarkets what they're getting. And you really, extermination is a big part of sanitation.
Right,
You know,
right,
in,
right.
in culture. And, like you walk into a supermarket and there's meats packed and nicely wrapped. And then I take a black light at night and go over it and find rat urine. And all that guy would have to change all those wrappers. And people get sick and they don't even know why, They get dysentery and they say, it must have been something I ate. And yet it could have been the can of corn you opened and the lid was sprayed by an exterminator or feces from or urine from a mouse or a rodent.
Right.
And or a roach. And that can top falls in the juice of the corn, and now it's contaminated. So you put it in a pot, and you're thinking everything's okay, and all of a sudden you say, "My God, I don't feel well."
So always
scared now.
wipe the top of the corn.
Always wash the top of the cans. Wash the
'em.
cans, wash the soda cans, wash everything.
Hey, that reminds me of something.
What?
We were talking to a guy last week.
Were you?
Yeah, we all were. A
Oh.
friend of ours opened up. He was eating almonds. He opened up the bag.
Oh, yeah.
And there was
check this out.
what was it? A grasshopper?
Cricket.
A cricket inside the bag.
That's-
He was popping the almonds, and one he thought one missed his mouth, fell on his chest. He went down to grab it, and it was a grasshopper.
That was
A
that's
cricket.
cricket.
A cricket.
Did he bring that to the company?
Well, that's
Yeah,
the thing.
they
He
sent
tried.
He called them up. He was trying to figure that, but they actually said, well, almonds, it kind of happens sometimes.
It does.
And apparently they leave their eggs around and whatnot. He couldn't believe that was their explanation. But my problem here, though, he was supposed to bring it in on Monday,
You were
and
supposed to
you
eat
said you
it.
were going to eat it.
Yeah, I was going to eat it.
What happened?
A little chocolate.
I forgot
That's
all
a
about
delicacy, actually.
No, I'm not eating it now. It's rotten. It's a rotten bug.
it. You never heard from him?
No, I never heard from him.
What the hell? He was supposed to. I wanted to see him eat the cricket.
Oh, well. Heh. But Felix did say he'll have chocolate-covered ants if you come on. Would you eat those?
Absolutely.
See, he would eat
I
those.
go for the chocolate cover.
Why not?
Yeah.
Anything
Really?
chocolate.
It wouldn't be
Seriously?
yeah, I had grasshopper.
Really?
Oh yeah. I
Were you on
I don't
Survivor?
remember where. No, I don't remember where, but they had chocolate on them, and I ate them.
He was stuck underneath a house, and that's the way he survived.
Somebody had a gun. Somebody had a gun to my head.
eat the grass.
Couldn't break for lunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
But yeah, and I'm going to tell you something. Cereal. People that have dog food in their house, you have to check those bags out because there's what they call Indian meal moths. Sometimes you wake up in the morning, you'll see moths flying around your house.
Yeah.
You think they're clothing moths. You look in your closet, your cupboard, and you open it up where the cereal is or flour, and you'll see these things flying. And you go, what the hell is that? Then you find these little worm-like things with a little brown tip on them, and they're the larvae.
Oh.
And they live in the box that turns into.
So he's talking about Mark White.
Little brown worm with a little tip.
So, yeah. So anyway, you find them, and they're the larvae of the Indian meal moths.
Wow.
It's interesting stuff.
I never found any of that.
I found when
You've
I
been
looked up
you've
in
been blessed.
when I
Yeah.
lived
Either that or you've
in
eaten them all and you just didn't
Massachusetts.
know.
Yeah, there was like those little white moths in cabinets and stuff, and I was like, "What the what?" And I had to like take everything all out and
She was like,
throw out a
what
bunch
the
of stuff.
what?
The sad part is that a lot of people, unfortunately, can't afford to replace that product. They're poor. And a lot of the work I did was in the ghetto. So these people would say, oh, my God, I just bought these boxes of cereal on sale. How can I do it? I said, put them in the freezer.
Oh, really?
They'll kill the bugs, and then the bugs are protein. Ain't gonna hurt you, you know.
Can't eat.
Hey, did you Papillon? Did you see anybody watch Papillon eat that water bug in that movie?
Yeah, Papillon.
Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw Papillon? Papillon?
No.
He lived on water bugs. That's how he got his protein.
Yeah.
In the prison.
Oh.
And
He had a choice.
Larry worked in the ghetto.
Larry, good
There
song.
comes Larry exterminating bugs in the ghetto.
In
the ghetto. So
they used to think I was an undertaker. I had a black van.
Oh.
Yeah. It was funny.
My son had sour cream and onion crickets. They are boxed, and you can get them on Amazon.
There you go.
All right.
Who said that?
Gina, right?
No, Frank Maniscalco.
Because Gina was talking about her son eating something like that like a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
That he bought like a box of something like that with chocolate on them. I'm like, ugh.
Isn't it something where Hershey says they're allowed a certain amount of insects and rat droppings allowed in their chocolate mix?
Yes.
Before they'll take
That's
a complaint.
law. Actually, there is a law allowing so many droppings. There's so many rat hairs allowed in Frankfurters. I think there's 2 or
Frankfurters are
3
good.
rat hairs. And everybody loves Frankfurters. You're definitely eating a few rat hairs somewhere along the line.
What the hell?
Yay! I'm so
Hot
glad you're here
dogs,
today. Thank
Armor
you.
hot dogs.
Thank you.
The Armor hot dog with rat hair. Mm.
We're not naming brands.
He's
It's
going to
hot
lose
dog,
another
hot dog,
20,
hot dog.
20
It's all hot dogs.
pounds now.
All right.
Any hot dog.
Yes. My
Yeah,
baloney has a first name. It's Rathari. Oh, whatever.
Has a second name. It's Cockroaches.
You're a good speller. Yeah, I'll eat a rat hair too. What do I give a shit? Hot dogs are good.
That tastes good, right?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Put a little sauerkraut.
Plus, you put a little
in
sour
there,
cream,
it's different.
sauerkraut. You put a little mustard, a little relish.
You're so weird.
Eat that rat hair down.
I can't even
Yummy.
eat the hot dog, much less the rat hairs on the hot dog. Yuck.
Well, it's not like you put the rat hairs. There are rat hairs already in the hot dog, and they're probably like this big. You don't even know.
Nothing else you could find to eat besides a hot dog.
They use my razor.
Seriously?
Yeah, knish, hamburger.
No, so Ken brought up with the razor thing. He said that even like he doesn't even like his wife to use his razor on her legs.
Well, wives always ruin the razor.
Yeah.
Why
And
does
what
it
they
ruin
do
it?
is they leave it in the shower uncovered.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you were ever in the military, that's one thing that they teach you is to take care of your feet and your razor. That was one thing they really got on you for.
Mm-hmm.
And you left your razor out, that guy would take it and break your razor or the
Really?
drill sergeant. Yeah, because you were supposed to be clean.
That was hurtful.
Yeah.
Some bitches. Some bitch.
All right. I have my own razor.
Yeah, have your own razor, will you? Did you when you were in this service, any action, or was it all over by
No,
then?
no. I wasn't. I was in the Air Force Reserves.
Oh.
I spent 8 months away, and then I came back.
Oh, good, thank God, right?
Yeah, I was very lucky.
Yeah. Well, you said that you were very lucky
It
in
was
life.
Vietnam was almost at the end. And,
Yeah, because by the time you said you were,
and I joined. It was like I don't know. I must have been out of my mind at the time. Everybody, all my friends are going, "What are you crazy?"
We
I
just
said, I
got
don't know. My
back.
number was 315. I would have never got called.
right.
But I felt like doing something, and hopefully,
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy that doesn't go and help.
yeah. So,
Yeah, that's what it is.
but it was a different war. My old man talked me out of joining the Marines actually because he was in World War II.
Right.
So he said, "You have no idea," and
Right.
nobody ever had an idea till even friends of mine that went there. They come back. They said, "I don't even want to talk." They can't even talk about
Yeah,
it.
you can't even talk about it. So you
Right.
got blessed. You were lucky.
I was blessed. Yes.
Yeah.
I was very.
And plus, you did the Air Force, which I don't really see that much action anyway.
Nah, and even if you went somewhere,
I would have joined the Coast Guard or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna guard that coast.
Yeah.
You never know. We're gonna get invaded.
But the Air Force, at least I got to fly a little bit. I got to not fly
Right.
plane. I got to fly around in a plane.
right.
That's cool.
My colonel used to, on reserve duty, used to fly us up. He had a little C-2 reconnaissance plane that we used to take up to McGuire Air Force Base and get beer.
Wow.
So that
You
was,
had a-
that
you-
was our trip. This
you-
was a
you had it
very
rough.
I had it. I had
How
it
did you
so
survive?
I was in the trenches. You don't
Yes,
understand.
how did you
Because
survive?
we had to drink Schaefer. That was the beer of the time, and that was the cheapest beer we can get.
You were in the trenches, but you were half in the bag.
Half
you were
in
like,
the bag.
hey, I fell in this trench. Somebody help me, pick me up, get me out.
We were out at
Keep those
Riverhead's
beers
Air
cold.
Base. There's an air base out in Riverhead.
Yeah.
And we used to go out there for summer camps, and we used to, it was a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go into the Hamptons at night, right? And in
were
the
drenched.
daytime, we laid a cement block.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
was in the drenches. He was drenched with he was drenched with beer. Shotgunning him two at a time. Oh,
That's great.
So no action, thank God. And
No
hot
action.
dogs are still delicious. I don't care what anybody
Absolutely. And let me tell you, as an exterminator,
says. Yes.
you eat anywhere. I used to chase rats around a diner, and the guy said, "Can I make you a burger at 2:00 in the morning?" Yeah, sure. Go ahead. What the hell? What do you care?
Yeah, Ken said it's not like the rest of the hot dog is so much better than the is so much is that much better for us than a rat hair. So there's that.
Wow,
Yeah,
are
eating-
you all right?
Yes, eating a hot dog is not that nutritious anyway. So throw a little rat hair in there. It's
Yeah, why
fine.
not?
Yeah, why not? I can't wait to eat a hot dog in front of you next time.
Oh, I don't care. I just
And I'm
don't
gonna go
think
like
they're
this.
good for you.
Yeah, she's
You
going to be
know?
like, big deal.
I'm like,
she's
have
not
two.
eating it.
I don't
It's a
care.
rat hair.
Well, let's put it this way: you go into the city, and you got dirty water hot dogs, which sit in this
Yeah.
filthy water.
That has to
made
be
by-
the worst.
See, I can't do that. I
So
can't do
good.
Them.
The
Nah.
water
Really?
stays there for weeks. You don't
Right.
even know where they get this water from. It could be from a puddle in the street.
It's from the East River.
The hot dogs are the best hot dogs.
Yes, it's so
I
good.
can't- I can't do them.
Oh my god, a hot dog and a knish from those carts.
Oh, forget
Oh, yeah, you're living like a king.
Why
Hot dog and a
don't,
knish.
why don't you like them in the water? Like
I don't like how it's, I don't know. It's
You like them grilled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like.
good-
No,
Yeah.
don't get
the
me wrong.
Coney
I like 'em.
Island Nathan's hot dogs, the one that snaps when you eat it.
Yeah.
That's
Well, the
that's
grill.
actually the only hot
You like
dog
your
I
you like
prefer.
your wieners firm. is
I
what
like
you
a
say.
nice firm wiener that cracks and
In your mouth.
snaps,
Right.
snap,
you
crackle,
do.
and pop in my mouth.
It cracks in his mouth. That's what the wieners. he
A
likes.
nice foot long.
Yeah.
right in your mouth.
A nice foot long in your mouth. But no, I love hot dogs. I
In
like
my
them grilled
with
too,
a
though.
good bun.
Grilling is the best.
Yeah, I like them grilled too.
But you probably had a bad experience, Tony, when you went down. Was that hot dog that you got off the stand? Was it like kind of whitish because they leave them in there for days?
I've had hot dogs
With
like
no
that.
taste.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never had hot dogs like that. In fact, I'm going to go find a hot dog cart right now and have that for lunch. That's what I'm going to do.
All right.
Why don't you just get like good ones and grill them at home?
It's so far.
And it's work. He has to, that means he has to get off the couch and do
Turn
something.
the grill on.
Yeah, plus, they have the sauerkraut ready.
Yeah.
They have everything there. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, I want this on this one and a
I-
knish.
I'll do better. Go to 7-Eleven and get a hot dog.
No, that I
Oh,
won't
you're
do.
drawing the line there, huh?
Yeah, that I won't do. I don't know why. I don't
No,
like the big
no
bites
way.
and all that stuff.
No
No.
way.
They're different hot dogs.
Yeah.
They're not Sabrets. They're
No.
not. Oh, Nathan's or
No,
Yeah.
I don't know
nothing.
what's going on
I
there.
don't know what
Did you
the
ever
hell.
have to go into one of those places?
What, 7-Eleven?
Yeah, or those type of places to
absolutely.
exterminate?
The places I've been to, believe me, I've seen everything. There's not one thing I don't think I've seen. I found dead people in places. I've serviced a lot of
We think
gambling
we smell
parlors
a
with a lot
mouse,
of
and it's like a dead guy.
gangster guys, which were like the remarks that those guys would pass at you.
Just
You got some rats down the basement tied up. You want to go?
Yeah.
Or they'd call him up. You the exterminator? Yeah, come on over. I got you to take care of this thing. Oh, you're not.
Oh, an
you're-
insect.
Well,
Oh,
no.
you're talking about bugs. Oh, sorry, pal.
Going
You
in
said
there's a
rats,
whole
huh?
other story, because where's your problem? Over there. Over there where? Next to that thing. And, you go on for hours before you find out where the problem is.
That's an Abbott and Costello routine,
But
I think, right?
it's true. That's exactly how they
Over there.
talk. Over there. It's over there next to the big
You talk to the guy about the exterminating?
What guy? The first guy?
Try the second guy. That's right.
But that's the way. And then I'll tell you one funny story. Can I tell you this?
Yes,
No, you
of
got
course.
time? Okay.
Yeah, I was just
So-
looking at the time. We got
We
a
have
few
5
more minutes.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
fine. Go.
All right. So I serviced this place, Joe and Mary's Coffee Shop on Knickerbocker Avenue in Brooklyn. It was run by Carmine Galante, an ex-mafia boss.
Yeah.
They shot him in the back of his...
Right.
And Carmine, for some reason,
Was
the
he
guy
related to
liked
Vinny the
me.
Chin?
I don't know if they were related, but they were related in another family, probably.
All right, okay.
But so Carmine...
Vinny the Chin's a real guy.
He
I
is.
believe you.
Oh, she was looking at me like I was kidding.
So Carmine says, "Oh, why don't you bring your father around? Have breakfast one day." So I bring him into the coffee shop. My old man's sitting there. He goes, "Do you know who this guy is?" I said, "Yeah, it's Carmine." "I don't know who Carmine." This is brother-in-law Joe. He goes, "No, he's like the biggest mafia boss." And he says, "Don't you read the papers?" I said, "No, I listen to 1010 Wins. I get the news 22 minutes. It gives me the world. I don't listen to
Right. Plus, I'm working 20 hours a day.
Exactly.
Pop.
Pal. Leave me alone, right? Eat your food and shut up.
Right.
But anyway,
Have a hot dog.
we went out of there. So the next time I went back, he says to me, Carmine goes, I said, my father told me who you are. He says, so you want to run numbers? I said, no, I'm only good at killing rats. And I just walked away going, I just told the mafia boss I'm good at killing rats. He's going to offer me another job.
Rolodex.
You want to run numbers. That's great. You want to run
funny
numbers?
stuff.
No.
Funny stuff.
Wow. Thank you, but no thank you. Yeah, that's the last thing you want to get involved in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, but no thanks.
So it's almost like a Bronx Tale. It's almost like his father telling him, you don't get involved in those people.
But the neighborhoods.
You like Cologito.
Yeah.
I was Lorenzo. But it was funny because those neighborhoods, they all had social. You're going back into the day, into the 60s and 70s. And as a kid growing up, there were social clubs everywhere in Brooklyn and in Queens. And then in Queens got bigger. They disguised them as cappuccino shops.
Right.
Go try to get a glass of cappuccino. Right. My mother-in-law went in there for a cappuccino one day, and they said, "What are you kidding me?
Yeah, get out of here.
We got no cappuccino.
We're out."
She goes, "I can't believe they said that." Yeah, well, we're out. Yeah, the guy's hanging in the back that used to serve it.
Yeah, right. That's great.
We're out of cappuccino. What do you mean you're out of cappuccino? It says that's all you sell. Cappuccinos only. We're out. Go somewhere else. All right.
Who else have you opened up for any good names at the comedy clubs?
No, I haven't. No.
No, he's like, nope. Is that your real name, Lorenzo?
No, my name is Lawrence.
Oh, it is Lawrence. Yeah. Oh, I thought you said because you had mentioned.
Well, they
So I
used to
just
kid
kinda-
around.
Yeah,
it was a joke there. You missed.
No,
it?
I know, but I didn't. You never know. A lot of people have nicknames.
And Lorenzo was his father, actually.
Yeah,
in
Lorenzo
the
was his
movie.
father.
Lorenzo was
Lorenzo
his
the
name-o.
bus driver.
Lorenzo
right.
was his name-o.
Where are there hot dog carts anyway?
Plagianos.
There's one on Sunrise Highway.
Yeah, where?
Right off the
between,
135. Right off the 135.
Off 135, there's one up further, though, going towards the Massapequa Mall.
Oh,
on
right.
the left-hand side by the train.
Okay.
Past the train station.
Gotta go all the way there.
There's one on Sunrise if you're heading off the. Well, there's one as soon as you come up to 135
place?
heading
What are you
west.
talking
There's
about?
one.
Hot dog carts.
But then if you're heading east, there's one right outside the in Seaford, outside the Sunset Grill. There's one every day sitting there.
Yes. Yeah.
I gotta go all the way there for a hot dog.
There's none on. Oh, isn't there one on Hampshire Turnpike by Stewart Avenue over there in Bethpage? He lives in Hicksville, so we got to go.
Well, you can
north.
pay $20 and go into Manhattan, and you'll find one on every corner.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to go find a hot dog cart now. I'm so in the mood for one of those hot dogs
So
right now.
Google hot dog cart and see what comes up.
Call Wendy, the food truck
Oh,
lady.
Yeah,
Well,
she
Wendy.
should tell you.
Say where's the?
But she doesn't sell hot dogs.
no,
yeah,
she
but she'll
doesn't.
know.
Yeah, but
She'll know
she
where
does.
they are.
Will she know?
Yeah.
You
I
want me
think
to
she
check
would.
Food Truck Fridays thing here?
No, they don't have hot dog carts there.
They don't?
Plus, hot dogs are like a lunch thing, not a dinner thing.
What are you talking about?
For me, hot dogs
Yeah.
are a lunch
Yeah,
thing, not a
never-
dinner
never
thing.
Right,
for
so that's
dinner.
why I would
Yeah,
look
right?
it up now. What
Nah.
is?
Yeah,
It's
What
like
does that have
breakfast.
to? I'm not. Who
Like, I was
suggests
very
you have
dis-
for dinner? I didn't suggest that.
because Food Truck Fridays is at dinner time.
Oh,
It's
is
not
it?
now.
No, but she posts all sorts of other stuff too.
Yeah, true, but no. Hot dogs are strictly for lunch. I even as a kid, when you was like, "Oh, we're having hot dogs and macaroni and cheese for dinner," I'm like,
Nah,
"Fuck."
I'm going to a diner.
No, well, I ate it. Trust me, I ate it. But it was disappointing. But it's like cut up hot dogs and macaroni and cheese. You're like, shit.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, no. Liberty Links in Freeport. I'm not going to like friggin' Freeport, Felix.
Isn't that far from here? What, 20 minutes?
All I have is my neighborhood is halal trucks, so that's all I can.
Yeah.
I could get, which I love halal.
Oh.
Halal's so good.
Halal.
I do. I like it.
I eat it.
Yeah, he would never eat
Oh,
it.
wait a minute now.
What?
Plainview Road.
Yeah, what's
and
Plainview Road?
South Oyster Bay Road. Isn't there one right over there?
You might be right.
I may be crazy.
It's a white truck.
You got that?
I
Thanks.
got it.
Thank you.
It's a white truck. You might be right. I'm gonna see.
But you
Sorry,
got to tell
gotta
them
go.
to put them in when you get there.
Yeah, you do.
You know, because a lot of times they put them in the water and they leave them there for a very long time and then they lose their taste.
Yeah.
So tell them, sit in the car for a couple of minutes and some of them will even put them on a grill, but you want
Yeah, I want the
check
water.
the water
And a Knish.
Yeah, and a Knish.
Yeah, and a cream soda.
Oh,
Right?
oh my God!
Truth
That's
be
the
told,
best.
truth be told, my mother texted me and said that about.
Thank you, Mrs. Walker.
That's right. You thank my mother. You
I
son
just
of a
did,
bitch.
you jerk.
Yeah, that's right. You did.
I tell my mother everything. I don't hide things from her.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
So thank you, Mrs. Walker. I appreciate that. I'm going to go get a hot dog for Tony.
Oh, well, all right.
You like hot dogs or no?
I do. I love hot. But again,
Yeah, he does a lot.
I mean, I'll eat a dirty water dog. I'll eat them, but I'm not a big fan.
Want to go get a hot dog for the lunch?
No, if I'm going up that way, I'm going to the sweet shop.
I'm going to the sweet shop.
Well, if I got to go that way,
Do they have hot dogs at the sweet shop?
I don't know.
I don't think they do.
All American serves hot dogs.
All
they?
American.
All
do
American.
you like them?
Really?
That place has been there for 100 years.
Yeah.
We live down the
69,
road
if I'm not
from it.
mistaken.
Was an old Wetson's? It looks like an old Wetson's or an old Carvel.
Yeah,
or something.
Carvel.
does.
I'm thinking of Carvel.
Was it? Yeah.
I think.
what
Yeah,
it
'cause
looks
it does
like to
look
me,
like a
too.
Carvel.
It reminds
But it
me
was
of
so
Wessons.
long ago.
Wetson's,
It's
yeah.
been around
Wessons
forever.
was great. You remember
Wetsons.
what?
Wetsons.
Yeah, they were Wetsons.
I think you said
Oh,
Wesson.
my
I think I
phone's
did
up.
say Wesson.
Oh,
it
it's
was
Wet-
W-E-T-S-O-N?
I'm out.
No.
You're
I thought it was double S.
Dick.
You don't know that I'm 100%.
I do know you're.
I don't
please.
remember. I don't remember what it looked like,
Please.
but
Thank you.
Oh, really?
Please.
It looked very
Thank
similar to
you.
All American.
I mean, I remember the buildings. I don't remember the spelling though.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking up now. What are you guys fighting about over here?
She
My
wanted my
phone just
cord, and I
died.
said no. Home Depot and East Meadow parking lot.
That was a White Castle's.
Yes.
Oh, maybe like at White
They-
Castle.
I don't even think that's there anymore.
I love White Castle.
I love
think-
White
I
Castles.
think you're right. I think it is gone.
Ooh, White Castles.
Oh my
We're
god!
just making
I
Eric
can't
hungry
pass
for-
the White
know.
Castles without going in. I just
Thankfully,
can't.
I don't pass them anymore because I love White Castle.
Yeah.
The only two that I know of, three. You got the one in Bayside, and then the two on 110 in Huntington, and that's really all I know.
Well,
The one in.
there's one on Sunrise Highway
yeah,
out by the
Lynbrook.
Massapequa Mall. There's one
Oh.
in Lynbrook. There's one on Fifth Avenue. I know them all. There's one on Queens Boulevard. There's two on Queens Boulevard. One by the mall, and then down in Sunnyside.
Wow.
So yeah, you
They're
probably
around.
didn't know.
Oh,
there
there's
was
one in
on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan.
Center Reach, I believe. There's one in Center Reach. I believe there's one in Center Reach, all the way down on Middle Country Road.
I
or
don't know.
something like
I don't
that.
think
Yeah.
I've been out in Center Reach
Yeah.
in a long
Nathan's
time.
and Westbury. Nathan's and Westbury's closed.
Yes. Very upset about
Felix. Yes.
that. Very upset
That
about
closed up.
It
Yes.
closed and it's reopening as a Chick-fil-A.
Boo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
That used to be a fun place. They used to have
The arcade in the back.
The arcade.
Oh, you're
in
right.
Well,
the
they
back.
switched it. It used to be just the Nathan's and the arcade. Then it became
Yeah, they added a Carvel.
a Carvel, maybe even Chinese, and Arthur Treacher's.
Oh, I wasn't in there at that time.
and
yeah.
then the Nathan's got really small, and it was at the end. So, but that's gone. Nathan's is gone, and now it's a. Is there still a Nathan's on 110 in Westbury on Farmingdale?
Yes,
Oh, so that's a good one.
I think that's still there by the amusement park.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's still there. Yeah,
Oh, maybe we'll go get that.
not sure.
My
Long
mother.
time
Oh, so you're
ago.
right. It is Wetson's. W-E-T.
Yes, Wetson's. Yeah.
And then my mother is also saying, check out by American Legion, Broadway south of Old Country. Apparently, I guess she's saying there's a truck there too. The American
Oh,
Legion.
yeah.
Just south of. If you're heading south on 107,
Yeah.
just you got the what used to be King Cullen on the left. That shopping
Yes.
center.
Yes. Your big
So-
lots now.
But yeah, just past it on the right hand side is the
I
American
think
Legion.
that's a halal truck.
Oh, is it?
I think. I don't know. I'll look.
You do that.
There was one. There's one of us in Deer Park, and I like how this delved into hot dogs.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
We never know where this. we never
45 minutes on hot dogs.
We
It's
never know
great.
where this podcast is gonna go. But today went to hot dogs, which is great. But we want to thank Larry Izzo, the Thrill of the Kill, his podcast.
Look for it today.
Look for it today.
Yes, today.
Right.
It's coming
Are you
out
sure?
around 4 o'clock. Yes.
Oh, today around 4
Very
o'clock.
nice.
The Thrill of the Kill podcast, the show that talks about killing legally. So check that out. Look for that logo. Go to his website. Go to his Facebook page, Larry Izzo. Thank you so much. We appreciate
Go
that.
to my YouTube channel and Laughs with Larry's Cooking with Comics. Catch the 22 episodes.
Any stand up? Oh, you said before you're waiting for the Greenwich Village Club to call, but you have
Yeah.
any other?
No, I
spots
don't
that-
have any
okay.
other spots right now.
But laughsatlarry.com.
laughswithlarry.com.
Right. Very nice.
All right. Larry Izzo. And you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in, watching, and listening.
You're
What's up?
not here Monday?
I'm not here Monday, but a couple of quick announcements. Don't forget we have the murder mystery at Our Lady of Mercy, September 28th. And also this weekend, the Joey Loop Foundation is having a baseball tournament. Come down to the Abe Levitt Fields on Stewart Avenue in Hicksville. support the Joey Loop tournament. Joey prematurely passed away of cancer.
Yep.
So
He was a
we're
good guy.
we're going to go ahead and I think a lot of the money goes towards his kids' college funds.
Yeah, I think he
and
had
stuff.
3 kids. I think.
Yeah, we're actually playing against one of them.
I hope you let him win.
No, we don't let him win.
What the hell?
No. He wants to play. He plays for real.
Heartless.
We might throw him some meatballs, but that's it. The team.
But check him for rat hair
Right.
and bugs.
So we're going to go ahead and stop down to the HBA fields there, the Hicksville Baseball Association fields on Abe Levitt Fields on Stewart Avenue in Hicksville, and support that. T-shirts, food,
nice.
a whole bunch of stuff.
That's great.
So, okay.
And you, good luck on your movie set. On Monday.
Yes, big time. I'm bar patron number 2.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
So you don't have lines or anything. You just hang out. in
Not
the
that I'm
bar in the
aware
background?
of. I texted Sarah.
Norm.
I texted Sarah. Yeah, I'm like Norm.
No, he's Cliff.
I texted Sarah and I said, will I have lines? Because if I do, I'd like to prepare. But it's also okay if I don't. I'm not, being a diva.
such
You
a
just wanted to
prima donna.
prepare.
I'm not.
Do
No.
I have lines? If you have lines, they tell you have lines.
Well, I don't know.
I
She
don't
said
know.
She said I might have lines for
Right,
you.
because she wants you to come to this thing.
Oh
She's
no,
not
I don't
giving
care
you
if I have lines. I'll still go anyway. Sit there and
Right.
it's
You're
fine.
just sitting in the background.
Fine by me. It is
Yeah.
what it is. Although I will ruin some of the shots if I don't have lines.
Your ass is hanging out in the background.
Just wave to the camera every now and then.
Start making out with Teresa.
Or when the dialogue happens. I'll start, making funny faces or
they're gonna throw you
Give
out.
him a line.
pass
can't
gas or do something.
that would be
I'll get
funny.
on camera somehow.
Oh yeah, you'll get on something.
I brought some bright orange shirts and yellow shirts. That's me. That's me. No, I'm all dark shirts. But
Hey,
no, if I have a line, great. If not, it doesn't matter to me.
Right.
Looking for something fun to do this weekend after you go to the Joey Lupp Foundation game. Before you hit Anthony Rodia's show at Governor's, take the kids, head on over to White Post Farms.
Yeah,
Pumpkin
we're doing White Post Farms. Yay.
pumpkin picking, hay rides, feeding the animals, enjoying some fun shows, including our own Rich Walker, who one of Governor's comedians. He does the Rodeo Ricky show. Lots of great stuff, some music. That's a lot. It's a great time. Come see Sally and I will be there for the next 6 weeks. The fall festival over there at White Post Farms is going to be a lot of fun. We'll be there. We're not going to get any sleep for the next 6 weeks.
No, I'll be rocking the kettle corn.
We'll be there. So come join us. And everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy the shows over at Governor's. Thank you again, Larry, for hanging out with us.
Pleasure.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
for
guys for
having me on.
the hearts, the likes, the phone calls, the comments, and thanks to George for the great phone call. We'll see you guys on Monday. Whoops, I cut myself off. Monday at 11.